Hello, my friends, and welcome to this week's episode of the Greenlight Weekend Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Brian Nystrom, and if you are either a new listener or an old listener, you should know that we have a sponsor. Our sponsor is Dead Room Comedy. Dead Room Comedy is a comedy group and production company based in Denver, Colorado. You can find out everything you need to know about them at deadroomcomedy.com, or you can follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Dead Room Comedy. I fucking love Dead Room Comedy. They're a group of comics that started in Durango, moved up to Denver to broaden their horizons. They met another comic, Jeff Stonick, who added to the team, and they're fucking powerful crew. I love them. They're a great comedy group. They can fill up a whole comedy show, basically, the four of them, and they're all fantastic comedians, all very funny. So this episode is episode 116. You may know we did the quarantine episodes. We did like 30 of them till we could get Phil back and do episode 100. But now we're on episode 116, and who do we have in studio? It's Phil. Philly Cheese. Philly motherfucking Cheese. Phillip Schneider. He was the original co-host of the Greenlight Weekend, and we may be seeing him come back. He had a kid during COVID, so obviously the risk just wasn't worth it. But now that everything is kind of calming down, his kid's getting a little older, we're going to try to start doing it again. We were all on quarantine. Phil works from home. Drew works from home. I was on a 2-week quarantine when we did this, so we were as safe as possible about this. We're doing everything we can to not go to a Zoom platform, you know? And if it happens, it happens. I'll do everything I can to keep doing this because I fucking love it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. But yeah, Philly Cheese is here, and we had a guest. Our guest was Drew Mitchell, everybody's motherfucking favorite Durango comedian. I love Drew Mitchell. He's probably, he's one of my favorite people in the Durango comedy scene. We made friends immediately, and whatever it is, you know what I mean? People can't explain why they're homies, but God, I love that motherfucker. And we had a great podcast. Dave couldn't make it. He had a prior engagement, and as you know, he's moving. We're going to try to do one more episode with Dave before he goes, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, we hope to have Phil back more. We hope to have Drew back more. I love those two, and they work from home, so they're perfect candidates to keep it all safe. We check temperatures here, whatever we got to do. So we had a great conversation. We talked a lot of shit about Dave, which was fun, and talked a lot of shit about everything. I don't know. It was a wild podcast, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Before we start, I want to shout out the Whiskey Reel podcast. They're doing big things. Their numbers are going up. They're sticking it to top that frozen yogurt. That's how they got a lot more listeners, and they're passionate about it. I fucking respect the Whiskey Reel. And I love and respect Ethan Esparza and the Chava people. They're the ones that supply us with our intro, outro music. We put it in the breaks. This track is called Wake Up. We've been playing it for a while. We might mix it up soon, but not this week, folks. All right, so without further ado, I hope you enjoy episode 116 with my boys, Phillip Schneider and Drew Mitchell.
Everything with cream cheese, orange juice, break fast. I'm out the door to get the dough, speaking to the masses. Hit the road to do a show, microphone madness. Trip easy, cheap sunglasses, straight passion. My third eye active, watching backpacks lead the show, beeping that shit vocally. Hearing me locally, lyrically, know what I'm supposed to be, and I don't got no fear of me. I'm coming for your brain, homie, coming at you spiritually. Stepped into the game, and I knew that flow was slippery, but check my flow though. Turn a whack news.
Yeah. We're here. We're queer. Get used to it, goddammit.
Footsie under the table.
I always go a little aggressive in the beginning. I don't know why. I think I'm just excited.
That's pretty on brand for you, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Just in anything.
Same with sex, for sure. I'm way more excited at the beginning than I'm like, I'm sorry.
I'm going to cup you soon.
Yeah. Not every time. But I don't know. Like the slow and sexy action gets me going too. So it's hard. It's hard to control my dick from time to time, especially in the morning.
Gets me excited now. When I get to have any kind of sex, it's great.
Nice. Did you know? Do you come faster? Or?
No, it's pretty normal.
He just exclusively fucks MILFs.
Mm-hmm. Thought he was gonna say melons.
Myself.
I don't know why you'd fuck a melon when you have a fleshlight.
I don't have a fleshlight.
You don't have to clean the melon.
It's just a old generic pocket pussy.
Okay.
It's getting
mine
rough.
too.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
I've only fucked mine like 3 times maybe, but the cleaning process is just so unappealing to me. It's like
Right.
It's a lot of work.
jerking off isn't that bad. Like it's pretty
I
fantastic.
got a whole
to
VR
know.
set up,
Did you?
waterproof, so I can do it in the shower.
Fuck.
No, that's half true.
It's not waterproof.
No, it's not waterproof.
Oh.
Jerking off standing up in the shower is basically impossible for me. I
Really?
like can't do it.
I won't come.
Yeah, I
I
just,
don't
like,
come
can't
when I fuck in the
focus.
shower either. Standing
Yeah.
like I could fuck in the shower for an hour and a half and be like, come on. For whatever reason, it's just
I
hard.
definitely jerk off in the shower, but I got to kind of like spread my legs and do a little squat,
Yeah.
and then you're like stiff for
And
10,
it's not
15
like-
minutes, and then when you're done, you're like, oh god.
You gotta add the thrill of gymnastics.
Yeah, and my shower leans away from the drain, so I stopped jerking off in the shower when I moved here. Like it just
You get cum toes.
yeah. The first time I had like a little cum on my ankle hair when I got you know what I mean? Like just a little crusty spot when I was drying off, and then you got to start all over. You got to throw
Yeah.
away the towel. It's fucking.
It doesn't bother me.
Well,
I'm like
you got to
Joe
wash the
Rogan,
towel.
Right.
Come on my stomach and alligator roll.
I used to be more like that.
Oh.
I was far less concerned with my semen being like in the bed than I am now.
Yeah, I guess I don't do that now. I used to be.
Filthy.
Yeah, I used to be a whore.
I was a real degenerate. Yeah.
Just with myself.
Mm-hmm. I was a real slut for myself. So you brought us some whiskey, Drew.
Yeah, brought you some Hoover's Revenge. It's out of Carbondale.
Is
Colorado.
Hoover the Beagle?
I think Hoover's the beagle.
Tell
yeah.
us the story behind this
I don't.
fantastic
I need to like
whiskey.
get
I got
drunk
halfway
off
through
of it to do the story good, but I think a beagle fought a lion and lost its eye, or the lion lost its eye. Like somebody lost an eye.
I bet the beagle
I bet
lost
the
it.
beagle.
This looks like a one-eyed beagle back here. Oh,
There
yeah,
we go.
For sure. One-eyed beagle.
Yeah. So Hoover's a one-eyed beagle.
That's,
and,
for fighting a mountain lion, that's not bad.
Dude, and beagles are like little shit dogs too.
Yeah, I would be stoked to come out of a mountain lion fight with just lost an eye.
Yeah, you could wear an eye patch.
Oh
never
my God,
buy a beer
that'd be
again.
Fucking amazing. Dude, a sick face scar, an eye patch, and a story about fighting a mountain lion.
Think about how much I'd save on contacts.
Yeah.
I'm blind as shit. If I only had to pay for half of them, that'd be
So
fantastic.
one contact. Use one this year, one next year.
Yeah, I'd prefer to lose my left eye. That's my shitty one.
Really?
Really?
Uh,
My left eye's my good one, I think.
my left eye's definitely my bad one. And if I lost that, I could still shoot, no problem.
Yeah, I'm cross dominant, so my left eye's dominant, but I'm right-handed, so I'm all like fucked up shooting.
I can see that.
Like I have to do Clay's left-handed.
Really?
Yeah, so I can like track it right. Otherwise, like, I mean, I can see fine out of this eye, I just can't aim with it.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's not something
Thing.
I've ever heard of.
Really?
I
No,
think
it's
I've
a
heard-
thing.
I've heard
Like,
that.
do you have...
my uncle
Is
in
the vision
Indiana?
the same?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, the vision's the same. Just like, you know that trick where you like hold your finger up and close an eye, and like whichever one your finger doesn't move is your dominant eye. With my right eye, it's just like off by an inch.
I don't know.
You're probably doing it wrong.
For sure.
Makes sense. I'm a fucking idiot. Well, this is nice whiskey.
Thanks.
Even though I fucking... Well, thank you, Drew.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me on. I feel like it's been forever.
Yeah, it's been... Well, since
Like
Max.
a month, yeah.
Yeah, but... I don't know.
Time moves slower
These are
these
weird
days.
times,
Yeah.
you know?
So
You're
weird.
one of the few people that is basically quarantined at
Right.
work all the time, you know? So pretty clean track record.
Oh.
Phil, stay-at-home dad,
I don't go anywhere.
clean track record. Dude, I've left the house like twice in 2 weeks. I just don't really have an interest.
I think
Yeah.
this is the first time I've really been around people since the last comedy night I was at. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Was that the one everybody got COVID at?
Yeah, dude, that's sketchy. After that, I was like, I am fucking
I
done.
was so glad I was in Denver that week because I
Yeah.
totally would have been there. But after I heard all that, I was like, whew.
Yeah.
I was like, dodge that bullet. And then Dave came over here and he was like, yeah, I was hanging out with some dude. His girlfriend tested positive, but he didn't have his results back. It's like, bro.
So then you had to quarantine?
Yeah. Well, and then Kelly had direct exposure too. So it was
Oh,
like,
really?
so we've both been just home for 2 weeks pretty much. And
Dude, is like in that 2 week span, like 6 people I know or like friend of a friend got it. Like I didn't know anybody in the spring, and then in like a 2-week span, I heard about somebody every day. It seemed like.
Yeah, since November 8th, we've had more cases than the 8 months previous or the
No shit.
6 months previous or whatever. Yeah.
In La Plata County.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
La Plata and Archuleta, I believe.
Gotcha.
So that's like
Have we had any more deaths since the? I think we've only had one, right?
No, we've had 3.
In La Plata County.
Yeah.
old people?
That's still not.
The gays?
Probably.
Probably.
The people with the beatus.
We're just warming up here. Warm it up. I've been watching cooking shows for 4 hours.
Oh man.
I just kept eating, snacking.
Cooking shows and hate speech. That's how Brian gets by.
Yeah, cooking with the clan,
Oh my god.
and cooking is with a K.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'm surprised they put that on Netflix though. It seemed like one they weren't going to get on.
The
on
clan
Netflix.
cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cooking with the clan.
Well, Netflix is really all about diversity. Although it seems contrary. The whites are,
Keep going.
well, you can talk shit about the whites. Nobody gives a fuck about those crackers.
Right.
Right.
Not that it's not Trump's America anymore.
Mm-mm.
This still
No.
is
Oh, yeah.
I
So,
mean, like
technically.
it's like
He can
fourth
still-
quarter,
yeah.
fourth down.
He could
And
still do
several
some
yards.
shit.
Sure, he still could launch the nukes, I guess.
If I was him, I would just leave. Like, why?
yeah, I've never been the kind of dude that wants to be somewhere where people
Why
don't
do you
want me.
still want
Right.
So why
Like
do
when
you
you're at a
still wanna do
party in
that?
high school, like a house party, you could tell people don't want you to be there. That is like one of the worst feelings ever.
Especially if you can't drive.
Yeah.
Like, the person that gave you the ride is like cool with everybody, but nobody likes you. Like,
Yeah.
That's not
I
cool.
bet Dave gets that a lot.
I just get so
I don't
drunk you
think he
can't
can
notice.
tell. Yeah.
He definitely does it.
Whatever like sense that is that knows when people don't want you there, he doesn't have that.
That's for sure.
He definitely doesn't have the one that like lets you know when people want you to shut up.
Only when he's drunk, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he's like a nice person.
He's so
He's like
thoughtful and nice when he's
super
sober.
respectful person, and then he just pours terrible on it. Just doesn't mix with him. You know when my dad is like, yeah, you should get that drunk guy off your podcast. Like, it's not great. He's like, he's actually smart, but he can't handle. It seems like one beer in, and I'm like, yeah, because he's been drinking all day, Dad. I told him to stop, but he was.
But he's
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, you got to make him drive.
This is your
What do you want him to do,
intervention
Dad?
podcast.
Heroin?
Yeah, I did not play that card. I should have. I should have been like, yeah, Dad, but he used to be a heroin addict. So, Pop, if you're listening, at least he's not on heroin.
He's doing better than he was.
That's half the reason I'm still friends with Dave, I think. Because I'm like, I'm just proud he's not on heroin.
Yeah,
You know?
Well, he's going back to Atlanta. There's still time.
that's not good.
I think, yeah.
That's not. Yeah. Hopefully, that's not the case. Hopefully, he's actually kicked that. Because people say that they're never not addicts.
Oh,
they're just
dude,
recovering
me and
always.
cigarettes are a 100%. That's true.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's fun to observe that battle you have with yourself. Because you're
And
like,
cigarettes?
yeah.
Oh
'cause
my god.
it's one comedy night, you'll be like, nope. Like somebody will offer you one. And then you'll have a drink or two. And you're like, all right,
Give me
one.
a fucking
And then at the end of the night, you're like, I'm going to go buy a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. Dude, comedy is bad for me when it comes to cigarettes.
I think it's bad for everybody with some kind of substance abuse issue.
Right.
Like myself.
You're just around a lot of people with like emotional problems and shit.
Yeah, and just everybody's smoking. Like at one
Yeah.
point, if you don't smoke, there is such a high likelihood that at one point in the night, you're just going to end up alone at the table.
Right.
Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
because everybody, and then it sounds like they're having the most fun you've ever had outside. Like, it's the funniest conversation, but
J. Adrian's cackling like a hyena that just killed a zebra.
yeah.
Dude, it was rough at the Starlight when we would do it outside and like everybody'd be smoking.
Uh-huh.
Like it just kind of sucked being there sometimes.
I know, and if you're smoking weed, you're the asshole.
Right.
It's like, I've definitely smoked weed on that patio all night, and then at the end of the night, somebody's like, hey, you can't smoke that. Like, dude, there's 50 people smoking cigarettes. Who
Right.
gives a shit? Like, there's no kids here.
Semi-related, but didn't somewhere just legalize hallucinogens, psilocybin?
I think Oregon just
Oregon?
decriminalized
Yeah.
heroin and cocaine.
Jesus.
I think they decriminalized all drugs.
Yeah.
Really?
But it's not
Maybe
like
that's
it's
what it was.
legal. You can't go to a cocaine
Yeah,
dispensary.
you're just not
and-
going to go to jail.
Yeah, they're
Right,
just-
but when weed was decriminalized in Colorado and I was allegedly in high school, it was easier to get than booze. Like, by
I think
huge
weed's
margin.
always been easier to get than booze
Really?
for,
Maybe
for a
it's just-
minor.
Yeah.
maybe that's just how it is.
Because it's like a really steep fine
Mhm.
for giving,
Yeah, it's like a 4th class felony.
to give a minor booze. Whereas I
Yeah.
think, you might spend a couple nights in jail if give
Right.
a kid a hit of weed or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know the rules. I don't smoke weed with kids. That's
Not a
my rule.
lawyer.
Not a lawyer.
It's been a while. A couple days.
couple days since you got high with a kid.
Yeah. She's all right.
I think it's just child
How
abuse
old
in
is she
your
now?
case.
Months
Phil?
old. She's almost 7 months old.
Just blowing hits in her face like a dog.
If this happened when I was 20, it's very possible. We were not very good.
I don't know
adults.
if we were ever blow weed at a baby's face
No.
irresponsible.
We did get my 14-year-old brother high for the first time. I
He
think
was older than I was.
maybe he was actually younger than that. I don't know.
Oh man, that's just reminded me of a story. I was living with these 2 brothers and their friend, and they were
Black
all
dudes or
No, they
brothers?
were just like related. They had the same mom and dad. I don't
I've
even
been
wanna tell
alone
anymore.
for days,
I don't
bro.
even know what to tell anyone. Well, you're gonna keep being alone, Brian, unless you shape up.
I don't know, man. I don't see it being likely. So you're living with these 2 brothers.
Yeah, and they have this whole family from Arizona, like super conservative, right? And 2 of the cousins come up, and they're like cool, like they like to party, like to smoke weed or whatever. And then their other cousins were all like super Mormon, like straight laced or whatever.
I can relate.
And they're like, oh, like the cousins are in Durango with like the other people that from our family. Like, let's go up there and visit.
From Pagosa?
No, from Arizona.
Uh,
So they all drive up there, like these 3, souls as wide as that sheet of paper Mormons. And by the end of the weekend, we had like these 3, Mormon kids who'd never like said a swear word, like taking bong rips and fucking drinking like whole what was it, Mickey's 40s or whatever. It was fucking hilarious.
Hell yes.
peer pressure is a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that and like,
And once you start enjoying yourself.
yeah, it's exactly.
They were
Like
just
it was.
questioning their faith on the way home.
It's like
this is bullshit.
pushing
bro.
a ball down a hill. Like it's slow at first, but once it gets up speed, nothing's stopping it.
That was my whole drug career.
Yeah. Same.
Started with weed. I think we could do some psychedelics. And
Yeah,
then-
but you researched it.
I was
Yeah.
I was pretty good about it. I didn't.
I was pretty
what
confident.
Was that website?
Earwood.
Earwood. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you need to know any drug information, if you're thinking about doing psychedelics
It's so
for
smart.
the first
It's like
time, go to Earwood.
decriminalizing drugs because people are gonna fucking do it anyway.
Right.
And we don't need to waste taxpayers' money on
Yeah,
putting people in jail for that.
it's rare.
If you're hurting, if you fucking shoot up heroin and then drive into a wall with your kid in the car, then yeah, you should face the
Right.
consequences of that.
But I mean,
Yeah,
I tell everybody like you should probably do mushrooms at least once.
It made me a better person. I think.
100%.
Yeah.
Last time I did mushrooms, I was like, wow, I need to come here more
Yeah.
because it really just humbles you and
Yeah.
makes you realize that fucking money, like
Dude, it
just
doesn't
grinding,
matter.
it doesn't matter at
Yeah.
all. And especially if you got a few good friends with you.
Yeah,
you're
I was
like,
just
this
gonna
is
say,
everything.
I was just gonna say if you're like with people you love and like that feeling is just so raw and you're like, oh, like this is all that matters.
And if you're not with people you love, you shouldn't do mushrooms.
Right.
There's
Yeah, if you're in an anxiety-inducing situation, kids.
set and setting. That is
For sure.
pretty much
That's one of the-
everything.
Probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
If you are at a strip club in Phoenix that doesn't sell liquor, that is a bad place to do mushrooms.
I couldn't imagine if we were on psychedelics that night.
I would have tried to rescue every one of those girls.
Might have not came out of the bathroom.
Did you go in the bathroom there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's why we were
I
there
had
for
to
so long.
I
We
had
were
to
waiting for Phil.
reset when we first walked in. I was like, I gotta fucking go to the bathroom.
What? I'm sure we've talked about it, but what was it like? I don't remember.
It wasn't.
What
It
you'd
wa- I've-
expect.
Yeah, it was better than I thought it was gonna be.
The
but
bathroom?
It wasn't as nice.
I'm
as
expecting a single like John
I don't even really
Right.
remember.
Like in a
honestly.
closet.
No door on
It
the
was just a-
stalls. No door.
No, I'm pretty sure it had doors on the stalls.
That place is
No
classier
attendant?
than I thought.
I've been in worse strip club bathrooms, but I've also been in a lot better strip club bath. There wasn't an attendant.
Right.
The one in Vegas, I kept going because I had freaking diarrhea that night
Yeah.
in Vegas, and I kept going into the bathroom. It's like seeing the same attendant, and he definitely thought I was doing cocaine, which I might have been, actually. But I was also just shitting my brains out for some reason.
If it was cut with laxative, that'd explain
That was
everything.
probably that, and just
I think
fucking
we just
alcohol
solved this
diarrhea.
case.
Yeah, we've been living
Just-
unhealthily for at least 24 hours before
had-
that. So diarrhea was coming at
It
some
was
point.
vodka,
Right.
whiskey, tequila. We had like every type of alcohol in the freezer, and just tons of beer. That's all we drank.
We ate well though.
Nice.
There's a kitchen. We
Mhm.
cooked every morning.
That's
It's
cool.
lovely.
Mandy just got back from that timeshare.
Oh, what's she up
Mandy
there?
and Nate for
Nice.
their
Who the fuck is
honeymoon.
Mandy?
my little sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
She's a pretty good person.
How's your mom, Brian?
Good.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her in a minute, but she's
Really?
up at a cabin. Definitely looks like Arizona, but she took my sister and baby daddy and the
Mhm.
kid, and they're just up in the middle of nowhere in Arizona. Fucking
Looks like
Like in the
outside
whites
of
or something?
Flagstaff.
yeah,
Yeah.
like almost Sedona-y.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Sick.
Yeah.
Just for the holiday or?
I think she just
Because-
needed some time off.
Yeah.
Brian doesn't know
Just
these
needed
things.
a week off. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, last time I tried to call her, she didn't call me back. I haven't talked to my uncle in 2 weeks. I've called him at least 5 times in this span. He might be dead.
Dude.
Like, he's a single man just out there, like, for the first time since he was, like, in his
Nice.
20s.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's got enough money to make it dangerous, you know what I mean?
Right.
He's got a Harley. He doesn't like to wear a helmet. There's a lot of things that I'm just like, man, I hope he calls me.
Somebody
one of
would
these
have
days.
told you
I
something
think
bad
so.
happened.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, and Dusty.
Dude, my mom did that. She's like, my best friend and her husband have COVID, and I was hanging out with them on Monday, and then just like went dark for a week. And I was like, what the fuck, Mom?
She's like, I'm in bed.
No, she was fine. Just didn't turn her cell phone on.
Does your mom just like read a lot of books? What's your mom do for fun?
Reads books. She does like a lot of like arts and crafts shit, and then like hikes with her dog.
Nice. Last night, a friend was trying to talk me into going over to their house to do Molly and do art, but it was like 7 p.m.
Sounds terrible.
It's like, this is
It's gonna be a
gonna
long night.
yeah, dude. Like, I'm getting too old for that shit. Like,
Right.
I do drugs at like
Real.
2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
That way, when bedtime comes around, I'm ready. Like,
Yeah.
I try to do my last bump of cocaine at like 6:30.
Yeah,
Like, I don't like to.
How old are you now? You're not 30
I'm
yet.
30.
You're 30?
it's crazy that we're 30.
I know my dad
Right.
was not talking about doing cocaine when he was 30.
Neither was my dad.
No, he had kids. He was
Oh.
fucking on his second
So
marriage, I think.
I'm stoked that I got to experience my 20s and just fuck off and do whatever I wanted
Right.
before I didn't have any responsibilities. We could fucking do Molly at 10 o'clock at night, and we did.
all
We
the time.
Came home.
Yeah,
from
dude, we did acid at like
drinking all
10
night.
all
Just
the
like,
time.
"You wanna do
You're
acid?"
playing
I'm
Halo
like, yeah.
or whatever. You're like,
Yeah.
you want to play Halo
Just
and
do whatever
coke?
we want.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
just super loud Portishead while we're laying on the roof looking at the stars. But we lived in like a meth neighborhood, so nobody really could
Yeah,
fuck
other
with us.
people were listening to Portishead,
Yeah.
smoking meth on the roofs.
Oh, it's so funny.
Taking apart their engines and shit.
No,
Painting
it was
every
more
little
like-
piece purple.
Right.
That was just one neighbor, but
Yeah.
he's a nice guy.
I feel
The
like I know
nicest
him.
meth head they've ever known.
Yeah, we lived across the street from
Dude,
him
we
for
let him-
years.
We
a
let
lot
him
of meth heads are
house
really
watch.
nice. Like, they're not necessarily bad people. They do a bad thing, but
We let him house watch while we were in Denver with like everything.
Really?
In our like money and guns and fucking our whole lives, and we're just like, here's the key.
Just the meth head across the street.
Feed the dogs. We always had a dog babysitter.
Yeah, he was great. Played with the dogs all the
I
time.
feel like the dogs have to be there when we get back.
Yeah, especially in that neighborhood. I feel like if the dogs weren't there and the lights were off for a night, we might get robbed.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, I'm
Maybe
just saying, like, my
was
stuff, like, I'd be
ghetto
upset
adjacent.
if my stuff was gone, but if I came back and my dog wasn't there, like, we're going for a walk in the desert, buddy.
Yeah. But again, nicest meth head ever.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Are you going to go to Farmington or anything?
I think we're gonna go to Bloomfield. It's just me, my dad, Nana, and Papa.
That's all right then.
Cool, like a couple people.
Yeah.
We're nervous about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to fucking.
Dude, my mom wants to do stuff, and it's like, you're the one person I'm like worried about giving
I know.
COVID to.
How old's your mom?
72, 71 or 72.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely that age.
Yeah, but like her friend got it, who's the same age, and was like tired for a couple days.
Yeah, my mom has MS and got it and was
Really?
fine. I mean, it wasn't great.
Right.
But
Yeah,
it-
like you don't want it.
It
but
didn't. But she said it was just like a really bad chest cold. She
Yeah.
said like her throat hurt. That was the worst. That
Huh.
she just felt like she was swallowing glass for a
Really?
week. Yeah. And couldn't talk, but
Hmm.
for the most part, it wasn't. I don't know. It's so hard to. I don't know where to go with this
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, La
It's
Plata
like-
County is going to start putting, well, I think the vote just passed
For the fines.
to
or
fine
whatever?
people for
Yeah.
no masks, yeah.
I mean, I think technically this is illegal.
How long are we? Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
This is a job, right?
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Brian's
This
Yeah,
job.
podcasting is essential.
This is
Essential business.
Just
And,
like, how long is this gonna go? Like until COVID's not a big deal,
Dude, it kind
or
of
until,
seems like
what's the end game here?
yeah, it seems like there isn't one. Like I'll read something and Fauci's like, "Oh yeah, like once we get vaccines, like it's not over." And it's like, "Fucking 3 months ago you said once we had a vaccine it was over." Like, don't change the story on me, Anthony.
It gets my conspiracy mind going. Like,
yeah, I bet. Like,
Yeah.
are you guys interested in taking the vaccine?
Oh, I'll take that fucking thing. I don't give a shit.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't care.
It scares me a little bit.
Really?
I don't want to
Yeah.
be. I don't want to be first line. I don't buy a car the first year it's been being manufactured either. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's adorable.
Especially 'cause
I
it's
get what you're saying.
coming
for
out in
sure.
record time too. Like they've never got a
But
vaccine this
maybe-
fast.
That was the amount of time that it should have taken all along.
Yeah.
Like,
if the economy was just shut down, we would have cured SARS way faster.
right. Well, that and like the medical community, like in my experience, I've had a few like major issues, like major, and they're like the way they do things is like very conservative based on like the worst possible outcome. So like a lot of advice, and like I'm not telling people what to do, but like a lot of advice is like the safest possible advice, whereas like for you and me, it's like
It's
way
like a speed
overboard.
limit. Like
Right.
that's the,
Yeah, exactly.
That's like for
Like,
stupid
if you're
fucking
driving a
drivers, you shouldn't be
1970
going.
jalopy with
Yeah.
no brakes and you can't drive
Exactly.
your shit. Yeah.
Like a lot of people can do 10, 15 miles over the speed limit and be fine, but they got to set these rules for people who are
Right.
gonna fuck
And
up.
if you're on a motorcycle, you can double it easy.
I did that the other day.
I mean, that's how all those like corner warnings are. If it says 45, like you can easy do 90 on a motorcycle, and it's like that's the fun zone.
if you're good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dangerous situation if you're not good at it. But yeah, on the way to fucking Dolores, you can pretty much go 100 from
Yeah.
Memphis to Dolores.
Same to Pagosa.
And if you can ride, you're good.
Yeah.
It gets a little tight on the way to Pagosa.
There's
little
that
windy.
one corner like right after Chimney Rock.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's the only one.
that's true. Yeah, I like to go to Pagosa on my motorcycle.
Yeah.
The other day I made the loop around Chimney Rock.
What
felt
is
like
that
my
on
shit.
through Arbalese?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a sick road.
It's good for hauling ass.
Yeah.
I want a motorcycle, but I don't know if Khalil would. I mean, she would let me, but she's not gonna be stoked about it.
You can ride my motorcycle, man.
I know.
On the back.
The
I
two,
want- I
the
want
two
my
people
own. Yeah,
in
I'm
this
not-
room are
I'm
like
not
the only
riding
two
bitch.
people that could ride my motorcycle. Like,
Right.
If you smell my neck next time you're riding bitch, I swear to God. His cologne is amazing. It's like musky with a hint of cowboy. What is that? Oh, Wild Hogs. That's what that's off.
Oh
I
yeah.
haven't seen that.
It's a funny movie. I watched
That's
it when I
with
was
John Travolta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Tim Allen.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's
Martin Lawrence.
oh
a
really?
feel-good movie.
Ensemble cast.
And William H. Macy.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
William H. Macy's fucking hilarious in
Yeah.
that movie.
Really?
Yeah, he's like,
Dude, he's one of those like actors or whatever that's just kind of like always on the fringe, you know, like not a big deal, but
he's
doesn't really do bad movies.
yeah, he's
No.
super fucking famous.
Yeah.
But like,
And he's able to kind of go all over the place.
Yeah,
he can play
totally.
multiple characters.
yeah, he's a beast.
Who's the other guy that is the detective guy
Ace Ventura.
in Batman, the newer Batman?
Oh, yeah.
Where what is this? Not a detective, but whatever that guy, Commissioner
Inspector
Gordon or
Commissioner
whatever.
Gordon, yeah. Inspector Gordon.
Inspector Gordon.
Da-da-da-da-da.
That guy's a good actor. Why can't I think of his fucking name? He's
Yeah,
been in all kinds of
I
things,
can
like The
picture his
Fifth
face.
Element.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna watch The Fifth Element tonight. Maybe.
I was trying to tell
love that
my
You
guy.
forget
boss.
that guy's in it. You're like,
I
oh
forgot
my
he's in
god,
it.
that's that guy.
My boss hasn't seen it, and I was like, "You fucking have to watch it tonight." And he's like, "Oh, I'll get around to it." I'm like, "No,
No.
go watch The Fifth Element."
If you've never
Fuck
seen
it.
The Fifth Element, you've got to power through the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes is not awesome.
When the aliens
Yeah.
are like putting the keys in the thing.
Yeah, like just the contrast from that first 5 minutes to the rest of the movie, it looks like it belongs in a completely different movie.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
last time I watched it, I was like, what is this garbage? Like I
Yeah.
remember loving this, and then it started and I was like, oh yeah, this is awesome. But I feel like they're really cutting off a lot of their viewers with that first scene.
That's funny how a lot of those older movies you haven't seen in a while, you forget like entire scenes that were just total bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like setting up the whole concept of the movie,
Right.
but still garbage.
We've been watching a lot of old Disney movies because of the kid.
Right.
Just having
I've been
something
working
different to watch, and you're like, it's especially like the old Disney Channel movies, like the
Uh-huh.
motocross one with the chick.
Oh yeah.
And like I remember watching them so much as a kid, and then you watch them as an adult, and they're so you remember everything, but it's so
Right.
much different,
totally.
and you understand things more, and it's crazy.
Well, it's like we were just talking about with Ace Ventura
yeah,
when the lady was giving him a blowjob in the beginning. Like I thought it was funny that she was just like ripping off his pants, and then like I watched it as an adult, you know, not 12 years old or whatever, 8 years old, and was like, oh, what's going on here?
yeah. Now that I
Go
think
find
about
a dog
in the
for a
second
good
one,
blowjob. Shit.
Yeah.
in the second one where he like accidentally takes that chick's virginity at the end, the tribe lady, because there's the two tribes
don't
and they're
remember
trying to
Yeah, I remember.
get
Yeah.
him. Yeah,
I
that-
think I only watched the second one once. It wasn't as good.
I don't think it was as good.
I mean,
but
it's
it's
probably
another one
less,
that's
like,
one of my
transphobic,
favorite.
but-
Yeah,
Not as funny.
Dude, I have so many childhood memories of watching that goddamn movie. Like, my mom hates Jim Carrey.
Really?
I loved it. Yeah.
Fucking love Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and I would just be running around the house
Bumblebee
like,
tuna, Bumblebee tuna.
fucking shitty. Mom's like, sit down.
Yeah,
Jim Carrey's one of the greats for me. And I like how he turned like kind of crazy.
Yeah, I
Like,
love
late-
that.
yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I can't remember his last name. Will fucking
Ferrell?
Yeah, Will Ferrell. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. He kind of did the same thing a little bit, like did a couple of art house movies and
Yeah, I
Hasn't,
think
like-
he's just flexing.
Yeah.
You know? And not like in a egotistical way, but just like
Right.
flexing that muscle just to make
Yeah.
sure he's not just the fucking elf, you know? Just the silliest person you've ever seen in your life.
yeah. There's a few. What was that one? Everything Must Go.
Yeah.
Where his like
yeah,
wife kicks him
left
out,
him and he
he's
lives
just
in like the yard
Yeah.
or whatever.
I
That was
watched-
a good movie.
Yeah.
I watched that once.
It was like
But I think I
don't
watched
know,
it right when it came out. And I
Yeah.
was like, this is not what I'm signing up for in
Right.
a Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah, no, it's not like funny, but I thought it was interesting.
Stranger Than Fiction was good too, where he's like that lady's writing a book, and it's like
and
about
he's,
his
like,
life, and he
about
starts
him.
hearing her
Yeah, that one
narrate
was
it.
good. I
That
like
one's
that.
good.
I haven't seen that in a
Yeah.
while.
It's on Netflix, I think.
Lego movie.
I've
When
never
he's
seen the
dad.
Lego
What?
movie.
I've never seen that.
Is
Dude,
it-
it's like
I hear
having
it's great.
It's
Yeah.
like having ADD.
Everything is awesome.
Well, it's just like things like bam, 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 changing all the time. Like all these like fast cut scenes and shit. And, like shit's always blowing up. Like I felt like I was having a seizure when I watched it.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's good.
Have you watched it more than once?
No,
I think that's the true test.
yeah, I'm watching or rewatching all the James Bond movies because Sean Connery died.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Remember when
I'm just
Sean
gonna watch these now.
when Sean Connery was talking to what's that chick's name? Famous TV broadcaster, and she was like,
Sometimes you just gotta smack a woman.
she's like, so you think it's okay? And he's like, I don't think it's good.
Well, if she talks back to me,
Oh, it's so funny. It's like an edited movie that at the end of the conversation, it's like, whoosh.
Man. No, I don't remember that.
it's a good interview.
Yeah.
Really,
lets you know that
really brings you back to the old days.
a lot of people think about it. Women.
You're not alone.
You got a woman, Drew?
Yeah, lots of menos.
Do you beat her?
It's the last time you slapped her.
Like in a loving way?
Yeah, never with a closed fist.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably the last time we had sex.
That a boy.
Yeah. Dude, I had this chick like closed fist hit me once when we were fucking.
Without asking?
No, she just like decked me.
Were you on the bottom?
Uh-huh.
You just got a bloody nose.
No, it was like she hit me like in the cheekbone.
Did you come immediately?
I was so shocked that
new,
yes,
it's
I
your
did.
new thing now.
Yeah.
Now I can't
harder
come
than you've
unless
ever
I'm punched in the face.
And that's
When
why
I
I
jerk
can't
off.
masturbate standing up in the shower.
You're funny, man.
Thanks.
I miss you.
I know, dude. It sucks. Stand up kind of sucked ass like the last 6 weeks that I went to it, though. Because, like, you never really knew what you're getting from a crowd.
Yeah, there was a couple good nights, you know,
There was a
and it was
couple
worth going
fire
to all
nights.
of them because you were like,
Right.
you know, you're gonna be fucking pissed if you miss the good one. Like,
Right.
and I felt like that night you hosted at 11th Street when I was in Denver. Was that a good night?
It was good, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the night that.
Everybody but me got COVID
Yeah,
somehow.
and that's why you're here today, Drew, not
Right.
those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'll put it in front of Phil's face. This is the most I've seen Phil since quarantine. This
Yeah,
is
it's been a
twice in a
while.
week.
I don't think I've seen you since Arizona.
No, I came over once for the fight.
Oh, the fight. That's
Mhm.
right.
That was a fun night.
That was a fun
It's
night.
nice to have friends over and not have to do a podcast.
Yeah.
But instead, when we are doing a podcast, right when you guys get here, I'm like, before we say some funny shit, let's go in here.
I haven't watched fights in forever either. Even
I watched
the free stuff, but I haven't paid for a fight in a long time.
I watched the Gaethje Khabib fight at my landlord's. That was fun.
Nice.
My landlord's got a dope ass spot.
He
And
does.
he's like a cool ass old dude.
Yeah,
The one right over there.
Uh-huh.
I want to
Yeah.
be
Not
that old
this
guy
house,
when I grow
but
up.
yeah. Couple properties over. But yeah, he's
Sweet.
awesome.
Sweet.
That guy, or like Mark Bostwick. He's always been cool. He lived on a houseboat in Florida for half the year, and then a houseboat on Navajo Lake.
Just houseboat life and
Houseboat, single,
damn.
60.
Had a big ass bird.
Yeah, and a snake.
Really? Like
Yeah.
a fucking parakeet or some
a
shit?
parrot.
A
A
parrot.
giant parrot named JoJo.
Phil used to feed the parrot.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's friend growing up had like a, I don't know what it was. It was like a parrot or
There's
something.
no way in hell I'd get one of them. They're so annoying.
Like a
Dude, they
macaw.
live like 80 years.
Yeah, and
They
they're
live
just
forever.
they destroy things and shit everywhere, and like it
They
was
want to
cool.
fly.
It was cool to babysit it, but
Yeah.
it was just annoying
They
all the
bite.
time and just screams randomly.
Yeah, they
Just
bite.
be, like asleep. And it's just
So you had a kid instead.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but at least the kid stops screaming.
Yeah,
at
she
some
grows up
point.
and I can explain to her.
When you put a pillow over its head.
yeah.
Blow weed in her face and
Yeah.
put a pillow over her head so she can't get fresh air.
Yeah. That's great
They
parenting.
go right to sleep.
Works better than NyQuil. Have you? Your kid's a little young.
Nah,
Probably
never
haven't done the
NyQuil
Benadryl
yet.
thing.
No. There's
The
natural.
Benadryl.
There's like natural baby things that's got chamomile and shit in it. That helps.
Nice.
Teething.
Uh,
Teething's a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much. I have to
Have
like.
all your teeth now.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I do have all my
That's
teeth
good.
though. Yeah. But at night I've gotten to the point where I'm like drinking tea and shit and
Mhm.
melatonin. Maybe I'm just not doing enough and thinking enough. But during this quarantine, like 11:30 comes around, and I'm like, I feel exactly the same way I did this morning. Like I'm
Right.
not sleepy. There hasn't been any like art to my day. Just been like stacking wood or something.
Right.
Fucking
No, I had to do the same thing.
Are
house
you
chores.
looking at more screens? There's a lot of blue light that comes from screens that
Fucks
can
with
keep
your
you
day.
awake.
Right. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, sure. I'm always looking at a screen.
Yeah, I set all my computers and stuff to
Go to night mode.
go to night mode. It just helps a lot.
Nice. I
With-
just did that on my my new phone.
Mm-hmm.
They look like shit though.
It does. It looks horrible.
Yeah, like you
It's
don't
like
want to
when
look
you're
at it.
watching. I've gotten used to it now.
Yeah.
It just automatically changes, but it's like orange.
Yeah.
It looks weird,
Hmm.
but it definitely helps with my migraines. And again, I don't get as amped out.
Yeah. Everything's kind of orange when you wear blue blockers too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck is a blue blocker?
Like the big glasses,
They're the same thing.
like
that
the old
filter
people
out blue
glasses.
light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blue blockers, bro. There used to be a commercial with a rap in it.
Oh,
I heard it on a podcast.
You're a
recently.
computer screen guy. How do you not know about those?
I don't know.
You know?
It's not a pussy
Just
film.
fucking stay awake all night. Coding.
Yeah, and I don't complain about it.
What kind of projects do you do?
The ones that I get paid for, and then
Right.
I don't touch a computer otherwise. Everything I do is like live streaming, like infrastructure for that. Which,
Really?
Yeah, I've been pretty busy the last
I
couple
bet.
months.
Yeah.
Dude, I've worked harder the last 6 or 8 months or whatever than I ever have in my life. But
And you're just like banging out code, like literally, just like
yeah,
fucking
banging out code.
just lines of code.
Just like a movie.
Yeah.
It's like going across my face on the screen.
Right.
No, I mean I was like March through June when I was like worried about losing my job. Like I worked like 12 hours a day that whole time.
Just to show you're valuable.
Yeah, exactly. And to just like bank money too, you know.
Nice.
But
So, is it kind of flexible, your job in that
super
aspect?
flexible,
Like, if you
yeah.
want to just work 12 hours,
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, I pretty much set my own hours. Like there's
You just have deadlines.
yeah, exactly. It's just all deadlines.
Yeah.
But if I want to like do shit ahead of deadline and like jump onto the next project, nobody's going to stop me.
Nice. That's cool.
But then like August I stopped giving a fuck cuz it's like we're going to be pandemicing for a while it seems like.
Yeah. I was thinking about starting up, learning how to code, and going through the programs, and then Bitcoin came back, and I was like, okay, good. I'm good.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to talk to you more about Bitcoin.
Dude,
I'm gonna
I
buy
was
some.
reading about Bitcoin in like 2008 when it was like
Phil, too.
$12 and it was like
There was, like-
this will never catch on.
Yeah. It's just once you actually understand what it's trying to do,
Right.
or like the U.S. dollar is fucking bullshit too.
Yeah.
The whole system is rigged to keep people up and keep other people down.
Totally. I just feel like at that point Bitcoin was a bit of a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't
For
have a lot
sure.
of
That's
money
why I
back
never.
then
Yeah.
either. So
All the money we had, we were just trying to get out of Farmington and do something else.
But to
Yeah.
turn $12 into $20,000.
Yeah.
You know, like we all had $12.
I mean you'd have to buy like a couple grand worth of Bitcoin or something.
If you
to
bought
be, like,
$12 back, it's almost 20,000. It's almost 20,000 right now.
right, but
per
that's not
Bitcoin.
like in the scheme of things a lot of money. Like if you bought like $2,000 worth of Bitcoin.
Oh,
like,
right.
you would be-
Yeah. I'm
you'd
just
be
saying a
chilling
$12
now.
investment to
Right.
make
No,
20
obvi-
grand is
yeah.
a.
And what I was saying is we all had $12.
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah.
were all pretty poor, but we,
No,
you
if
know.
you've even just been dollar cost averaging since then and just buying it
Right.
like a couple times a year, you'd be sitting. I started buying and holding at like $7,000,
Yeah.
and I'm up a lot right now.
Nice.
But I was just buying and selling just to make cash and paying bills with it.
Right.
And then now I wish I would have fucking just held on to it
Yeah.
and
But
only
then you'd have
taken
had
out.
to do some other shitty thing.
Yeah. It was nice for cash flow at the time, but it's pretty much everything right now. So I'm hoping it plays out. I just don't see how it's going to fail at this point. There's a lot of institutional money going into it.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
don't think.
Like it's only going to go up. It's the scarcest thing in the world. It's more scarce than gold. There's only 21 million ever created. It's never going to get any more.
Never.
It's never going to get any
I'm
more.
trying to think of something more scarce, like I don't know.
Well, it's just the cap. You know that there's
Yeah.
only going to be 21 million. You don't know how much gold is, how much
Well, that and we could always just like go get an asteroid with more gold on it.
Right. That's
It's a little more
There's
complicated.
no
gonna be real.
Bitcoin asteroids.
right.
Send Bruce Willis to space.
I don't think it's going to be the only thing, but it's very possible it could be the global reserve currency. But things are pegged to it, and
So-
like gold.
I don't fully understand blockchain, but the reason there's only 21 million or whatever is because like that's when computers run out of numbers, right? Like you can only cut it down so many times.
I don't know if that's. I don't know exactly why it's 21 million. I think that's just like how
I think it's a
whoever
computational limit.
Satoshi Nakamoto, whenever they wrote the software and set up the system,
For blockchain.
it was just 21 million for Bitcoin. But there's other cryptocurrencies that are using blockchain technology
right.
that have their cryptocurrencies that have like 100 billion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so
Okay, I kind of
Bitcoin-
lumped them all into one.
yeah, no, Bitcoin's its own thing, and then cryptocurrencies have been kind of built around the blockchain
Right.
technology because there wasn't blockchain until Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
And so like Ethereum is more like a software, or it's more
Right.
like a code that people are building like decentralized apps on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, a
that's
lot of
kinda-
security stuff.
Yeah. I think it's just
Brian's lost.
Um,
He's
I recognize a word every now and then. Go on.
I mean I understand it, but still don't technically like all the
Right.
technical parts of it understand it. But I understand the concept
Yeah.
of the money side of it.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite. I somewhat understand the concept of the technical side of it
Yeah.
and don't know what the fuck's going on with the money side.
Yeah. Well, it's like big institutions are trying to find other ways to store their value
Right.
because cash is melting every year. It's just like if you're sitting on $425 million in the bank, it's just an ice cube basically.
Right.
It's just melting away. And so people are trying to find other stores of value that actually are usable. That you
Right.
can actually use. Like gold it's worth a lot, but it's not that usable, especially in the digital age. You know,
Totally.
breaking down bits of gold for.
I always crack up when people are like, "Oh, you need to buy gold. It's recession proof," and it's like, I can just
That's
fucking
what-
hit
that-
you in the face with an axe and take your gold.
That's what was so cool about March with Bitcoin, and you saw it. Every market crashed, you
Uh-huh.
know, but it stopped and then skyrocketed back up. Like it,
Yeah, I mean the stock market kind of.
it did too. But it's still, I don't know. I'm kind of more
Yeah, but
afraid of the stock market
went
right
back
now.
up because they just made a lot of money, right? And basically bailed out the giant corporations.
Yeah,
Like we just
stimulated the economy.
devalued the dollar more
Mhm.
just to buy time
Sort of.
and make the rich people richer.
Yeah, so the best description of the stock market I've ever heard is that it's a graph of rich people's feelings. So the rich people like felt kind of bad in March and then they're happier in April and so it went up. And it's just kind of like if a big corporation or like several of them are willing to spend, then it goes up. If they're holding everything close to their chest, then it goes down.
Huh.
Because it hinges on shit moving around. So if shit stops moving, and by shit I mean money,
Yeah.
then the stock market plummets. When money starts moving around again, it goes up. It's just like confidence in the market and the ability to exchange.
There's a ton of psychology
yeah.
in trading too, and that's why I'm not trading with my whole portfolio. I have 25% set
Right.
up for multiple types of trades, but
That's smart. Yeah, to me the cool thing about blockchain is like a Bitcoin, like everything in the blockchain is unique. And
You can take it with you.
oh, I'll just scoot in. It's good for like the voting shit. Like if
Mhm.
we did voting like digitally, like with blockchain, like this whole fraud thing, like
it's amazing that we're
done
still
concept.
using
Yeah,
fucking
it's
paper
so stupid.
ballots in 2020.
But there's so many ignorant fucking people out there that are like, I don't trust computers. Blah,
Right.
Blah.
That's
Like
exactly
all
what they
this
sound
stuff
like.
where
Yeah.
all this stuff where people are like, oh, so and so wrote all the code for the voting machines, and like as a software engineer, I'm like, there's no fucking way that happened. Like,
Yeah.
one person could not do that.
No.
It would take like an army of people.
For sure.
It's so dumb. But folks is just ignorant, Brian.
I'm fucking ignorant.
That's what's cool
I don't
about the
understand
blockchain.
all these fancy
like
words.
The technology is even the person who writes the code can't go
Right.
back in and change it.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably, and I'm verging into talking out my ass here, but like if you could theoretically get a quantum computer that works like 100 million times faster than like a silicone one, you could probably just brute strength it.
Yeah.
But that's like super theoretical.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the technical shit that I don't understand.
Yeah, so like a lot of encryption and stuff is like the way that it works is like it's like these differential equations, which is like a series of like math equations that are just like so fucking big.
People could solve
You
them,
could
but it
solve
would
it,
take
but-
months and months. Where-
Well, years and
years
years,
and
or
years,
centuries and
yeah.
centuries. It's called intractability. But like basically by the time you solved it, like all of humanity would be dead and it wouldn't matter anymore.
yeah.
So if you had a computer that was like way faster, it might fuck up Bitcoin. I don't know. Probably. So we'll see.
Seems like we got some time though.
Yeah, no, we got
some
minute.
alien shit.
Yeah.
You believe in aliens, Drew?
Fuck yeah, I believe in aliens. I don't know how they're like couldn't be aliens with as big as the universe is.
Yeah.
There has to be.
It's a pretty standard answer. Do you think
Yeah.
we come in contact?
Mm,
Humans on Earth?
in an official capacity or just
Like, what do you think about the pyramids?
I think the pyramids were just like a bunch of people over 10,000 years fucking with rocks, or 20,000 years. I don't think aliens built the pyramids. I think slaves built the pyramids.
They did, yeah.
Most likely.
There was a lot of
All the
private
pyramids.
contractors too that actually got paid for it, but
Right.
a lot of the grunt work was.
Dude, I
slaves.
get so pissed when
No, the
people
guy's
like,
designing it.
If you look at the Inca pyramids, there are rocks that fit so tight together that you couldn't slip a fucking your
Piece
teeny
of
dick
paper
in
through.
between them. Yeah, whatever. And it's like you underestimate
I bet I can put my
the
tiny
power
dick in
of
there.
somebody with a hand file that thinks their whole family's gonna die unless they stick these two rocks together.
That's real.
Like when you got 1,000 years and a bunch of people that you're just like, I'm gonna kill everything you love unless you put this perfect. I bet they make it happen.
Yeah, do you think people were smarter and maybe had to die off at some point? Like, because we don't have this history.
It's plausible.
Like everything but rocks, like disintegrated,
Right.
and
Yeah.
eroded.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's possible. But you feel like
I don't think
there
they
would
had
be
like space travel or anything. Otherwise, they wouldn't have had to fucking die off. So
yeah.
Or maybe they just went somewhere.
they're like out.
Ah, dude.
Yeah, maybe.
Terraformed Mars.
See, I think it's a lot more interesting. Have you ever heard the theory that like we came from Mars and then like fucked that up and came to Earth? Yeah, so like there's some
go down a
conspiracy
fun
out
rabbit
there.
hole tonight.
Yeah. There's a conspiracy out there that Mars is like a habitable planet and was fucking awesome. And then it got all fucked up. So we came to Earth and then like Mars died. And now we're here like looking back at Mars.
Where did these people get any information that might lead them to this? I wonder. Or is this just drug babble?
I think it's drug
Probably a
babble.
little bit of drug
It's a
babble.
bit of drug babble for sure.
I mean, that
Definitely.
sounds like some shit I could come up with if I was just on drugs staring at the sky.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's like evidence based.
Right.
I feel like
There-
there would be a little bit more evidence of that. At least somebody writing something down that would point to it. Everybody
Yeah.
everything just got erased. There's no
Burned up in the atmosphere, Phil.
Like-
We barely made it.
there's
Oh,
hieroglyphs and rock paintings and stuff like that.
But if it was only like 20 people were able to make it from Mars to Earth, like say 100, so like there's not any weird like incest shit going on.
Oh, there's always that.
But
Is-
like
is
there's
a-
enough
is
to like
100
water down the genes.
Is 100 enough to water
Let's
down?
say
the-
it is. Let's say it is.
And then those 20 people landed on different spots on Earth?
Right, yeah.
Or did they all land in Africa? Because that's where we're supposed to have
Yeah, probably
originated, right?
Africa. Well, it's the big continent, right? Like that's
Uh-huh.
the easiest one to hit.
That's what they aimed for.
Yeah.
Like
Like
they're more
that
likely
one,
to
it's
hit water
big.
than anything.
Yeah.
What if us coming from Mars were the asteroids that killed the dinosaurs?
That'd be fantastic.
Now you're thinking.
Yeah.
We should get a trophy for that.
Yeah.
For that thought?
Yeah.
I disagree.
No, I mean for killing the dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah. Fuck dinosaurs.
They would have fucked us up. Sticks are not enough to fend off dinosaurs. Maybe. Oh.
It would be just god awful, terrifying. If dinosaurs still existed. You're just like you're just always worried about pterodactyls bombarding you when you
Dude.
go outside.
I mean, like,
They could definitely go through windows.
you guys have been to people's houses who had like turkeys or geese, right? Like,
Oh, yeah,
those are
for
pretty
sure.
close to dinosaurs, and they are smaller than me and fucking terrifying.
So scary.
Like, I hate
I'm
turkeys.
far less scared of birds than I used to be. When I was a kid, I got bullied by birds. Geese,
Same.
turkeys, yeah.
Same.
And they're cunts, dude.
Yeah.
And they sense Like, if you are scared, they're just like, "Oh, what's up, bitch?" Like, it's like a pecking order
My uncle in
situation, and
Indiana
you're the bitch.
had
I got a
this
head the
one
size
goose
of a golf ball.
that would always chase me every fucking time, and I was the only person that it would chase, and my family thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Dude,
And I was
there's
just
a-
like, ah!
No, all my memories are being laughed at while I'm running. Yeah. The whole family's drinking beer, cracking a bitch.
Fucking red pinches all over your back and legs.
There's a YouTube video out there of like some dad like talking his daughter into going close to a goose, and then the goose starts chasing her, and she like falls in the pond, and like every comment
She
on
drowned. It was hilarious.
yeah, whatever, fuck that bitch. But like every comment's like, that's child abuse, and I'm like, that was my fucking childhood.
Yeah. That kid's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
Most
kid's
of our
fine.
childhood child abuse now.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been thrown from a 3-wheeler, like, distance, like, spiked by the, like, nature, you know,
Yeah.
like gravity.
The planet hit you.
Hard, bro. So many times. This happened all the time.
3-wheelers were fun.
They flip so easily.
They were,
Yeah.
whoever designed them were like, these are going to be great.
So
Makes so much sense.
while I was watching James Bond, there's like one where like the henchmen ride 3-wheelers, and it's like, oh, that was a fucking whose idea was that? Like, oh, we'll chase them on 3-wheelers and we'll really get them. Of course, they all crash. But yeah, 3-wheelers.
Well, and now they've got the Can-Am motorcycles that have the 2 wheels in the front and
Right.
the one in the back, and that makes way more sense than
Yeah.
the one in the front.
What was
like,
it,
yeah,
like
this
the
is
Honda
definitely
ATC
gonna,
or
this
whatever?
is definitely
The
gonna
ATC
fucking roll.
200.
Yeah, the momentum. Like, no matter which way you turn, if you're going fast, it's designed to roll.
Yeah.
They got made illegal pretty quick.
I'm a little surprised, like, nobody in my family died on a 3-wheeler, you know? Because we had a couple of them, and
Right.
not once did we go out riding them where nobody got hurt. Like, we
Yeah.
were always just fucked up.
It just shows that we're constantly evolving. You know, like things they thought were a great
Add another
idea.
But
wheel,
still,
baby.
you think you could skip from 3, like from 2, just skip 3 and go to straight to a 4-wheeler?
Right.
They're trying to save money on rubber, Drew.
Is that what
Maybe.
it was?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oil crashes in 1970.
Some World War II shit, yeah. The rubber shortage is when the 3-wheeler came
Lawn
about.
darts, wood burning kits, like all those things that they give kids.
Wait, what's a wood burning kit?
It's just like basically a hot iron that you
Oh,
Wood
like to
burn,
draw on wood.
shit
Yeah,
into
yeah, yeah.
wood. And we're like, this is
I was
gonna
like,
be
my
a great
parents just
Christmas
gave me
present.
matches.
There's like
Yeah.
2 kids at any given school that could actually do something cool with that.
Oh yeah.
Every
Yeah.
other kid's just lighting their fucking
Right.
bedroom on fire.
Yeah, I burned a hole in the carpet. My
like
mom
you
got pissed.
Drew dicks all over his wall.
That's hilarious. Burn dicks in your walls.
Made another dick.
So I've been thinking a lot. Like, how do you think this period of time and like, hardship or whatever with the pandemic compares to like, say, other points in history? Like,
Not shit. We have
you don't
Netflix.
think so? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do
the
you
level
think
of
though?
insanity.
It's been the easiest pandemic probably.
Oh, for sure. But do you think in like 50 years, like generations will look back and be like, those millennials are so tough. They lived through COVID.
God, I hope not. 'Cause we're
That's a
gonna be
very good
fucking
possibility.
Right.
pussies by
Because like,
then.
I don't know what World War II was like. I mean, I'm sure it was harder than this.
way
but
hard.
Sounds fucking intense. Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
intense that my grandpa is one of the hardest men I've ever talked to. Like, he's not talking to me about war.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
my great grandpa,
100
there was no talking about war.
The Spanish flu 100 years ago, like that shit would have been tough.
yeah.
There was no Netflix, like there was
How many
nothing
people had
to
running
do.
water?
Yeah, probably.
Did you just go down to the creek, you know,
just go down-
next to all the other people that are coughing and
They didn't
dying?
wash their hands. They weren't pussies.
Well, they had to drink water at some point.
But I think in like 1918, they like barely understood how anything worked.
Yeah,
Like they probably didn't even know.
the
That was
common
the
people.
Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
That was like the first car.
Cars
It was
were the late 1800s.
Yeah.
Airplanes were like early 1900s. Like shit was pretty new.
Like
I don't think
1919 is when the general public started buying cars.
when were antibiotics? That's the big one.
Late 1800s, I
Yeah.
think.
And penicillin was an accident, right?
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So was
Yeah.
LSD.
So is Brian.
Yeah.
I was too.
Yeah, my
My
parents
mom
were
said
like
I
in
was
high
a
school.
surprise, but
Oh god damn it.
it's alright. I gotta pee anyway. Are we good?
I'm so glad you're sitting over there.
Yeah.
That's the second time Phil saved my ass.
Notice things.
All right, we're going to take a quick piss break and delete some shit off the computer. Drew, closing statement.
I got nothing.
Dave sucks.
Dave's
Fuck Dave.
It's a long day, wake up. Let the sun hit your ass. It's a long day, wake up. Let the sun hit your ass. It's a long day, wake up. Let the sun hit your ass. It's a long day, wake up.
Whoa.
That's America, Drew.
That's America.
We're scared to show our kids
It's doing it
some
again.
titties. Jesus Christ.
Just letting you know.
Just cry.
Thanks. Now we get the 2.
Yeah, that's better.
More apropos. The 5 or 6 was really starting to throw me off.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Titties versus violence in cinema?
Yeah, that is crazy to me. Like on TV, like you can't.
You can murder
See,
like
there's
1,000 people, but you
Yeah,
can't
there
show
was-
one fucking nipple.
During Halloween, there was The House on the Left was on.
Last House on the Left.
Last House
It's a
on the
good
Left.
movie.
It's the newer one.
Oh, there's more than one?
Yeah, there's an old one and
Oh, okay.
the newer one. But
I think I've only seen the newer
it's
one.
like, they can't show boobies, but they can show this chick getting raped
Right.
by 3 people. And, like, that's okay, but we can't show the boobs.
No, that is
And we-
much more nightmare-inducing
Yeah.
than a nipple.
We can't say fuck,
No.
but we can show rape. That's fine.
You can stab somebody in the fucking neck.
Yeah.
But no nipples.
Kill 1,000 zombies.
1,000.
Zombies, but
I
no-
just
no
saw
nipples.
The Cabin in the Woods for the first time.
That's a
like,
good movie.
4 years late. That movie's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
So good.
What a twist.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one where the cover's like the house is like twisty? Or no?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Rubik's Cube or something.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
You should watch it.
Didn't think.
I don't
I,
really fuck
really-
with scary stuff.
It's not.
I
It's like
think-
funny.
I think you could handle
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty fun. I hate scary movies, and that one's good
Why do you hate scary movies?
because I have too good of an imagination.
Me too.
Yeah, and even still, like I watched that, and it's like not scary at all. And for a week after, I was just like, whoa. Like fucking thinking crazy things as I'm falling asleep and shit.
See, now I don't want to watch it. I'm scared. I'm a sensitive butterfly, man.
You are. That's why I love you.
Yeah. I'm tired of seeing dead faces in the trees when I'm doing drugs. Like,
It's a good reason
Sounds like a
to stop.
personal problem.
dude, I've been very scared trying to pee at night, like
Do you
in
think
La
you
Plata
do
Canyon.
that to yourself? Because you obsess about it?
No,
while
I think
you're-
if I just don't introduce it into my
Right.
like my brain Rolodex, like I don't have those kind of thoughts really, but like there's some very vivid memories I have of tripping in the woods where I was terrified.
Yeah.
Like that I'm just good. Like
Yeah.
and one thing that I'm kind of glad Halloween is over, I don't give a fuck about people's like how they rate and review horror movies.
Yeah.
Like so many people are like,
Whiskey
here's
Reel.
my list, 43 movies I watched in October. Like, I'm not.
Well, now that I'm not doing psychedelics anymore, I've actually found my love for horror movies
Really?
a little bit. Yeah,
Huh.
not
Nice.
a love for it, but I was watching scary movies. It doesn't really bother me, but I don't do psychedelics as much as I used to.
Right.
That's why I
didn't
stopped.
think it's completely like independent of psychedelics, but yeah, I just don't get into.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that shit in my head.
Well, I think
'cause, like,
that
my head
was
takes
the
it, like,
reason for a long
goes.
time. But yeah, I've done
Yeah.
psychedelics once in the last like 18 months, maybe 2 years. You
Yeah.
know, so that's not.
Yeah.
Can't call it the staple, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't like having that shit bouncing around in my head.
I
I
mean,
I love the way movies are shot and just like original ideas, like
I don't
House
feel
of a
like-
Thousand Corpses.
That was good. I hate all the like
And-
torture porn shit. Where
Yeah.
it's just like people getting fucked up for no reason.
Yeah, like super gory.
Yeah.
like,
Like Saw
Saw,
or
yeah.
Hostel. I was
Not a
never that into.
Huge fan of
Yeah,
those.
I'm not into peeling skin. and-
Yeah.
Yeah, but like when they remade, it wasn't Evil Dead, was it?
Evil
They've-
Dead's kind of
was it
dope
Evil-
though, right?
They
They remade that.
remade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the remake.
The
of that
remake was
fucking
pretty scary.
What's that guy's
fantastic.
name?
It's like
Sam Raimi.
Yeah, I'm into
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah,
See, that's more action though. It's not
you wouldn't
just
like that movie.
the new Evil Dead was like legit
It was pretty intense.
gnarly. Yeah,
Really?
And
There's
not like campy.
There's
like
no
the
way
old
you
ones.
would be stoked about the new Evil Dead movie. You
But
would
like
be like,
the-
okay, I'm good on this.
What was the movie I was just talking about? Cabin in the Woods
Yeah.
is like campy, like the old Sam Raimi movies,
Hmm.
where you're just like, this is like fucking straight out of Evil Dead or Army of Darkness was the
And then
other
it just
good one.
like totally twists around, and it's a whole
But it's fun.
different thing.
Like
Yeah,
there's
it's
monsters,
fun.
but it's fun.
Yeah.
I do like fun
It's,
monsters.
it's cool.
Whereas like the remake of Evil Dead, it's like scary as fuck for an hour and a half, and then it rains blood for 20 minutes, and the movie's
Yeah.
over.
It's I don't like I said. I don't think you would like the new Evil Dead movie.
Heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, growing up, I was always scared of like the haunted shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because the last thing, especially as a kid, when you don't have control over where you live or anything, the last thing you need to think is like your house is haunted or a doll is haunted or
Yeah, so the haunted shit
Dude,
always
clowns?
got me more.
Yeah,
but
for
like,
sure.
fuck a clown.
like
Yeah.
the slasher movies, like Scream or Friday the 13th.
I'm
like
down
this is
with
like
that.
city people shit. Like I have a fucking shotgun right.
Yeah, and it's
there.
one person.
Yeah,
It's an isolated
like
incident.
okay, you called me on the phone.
Yeah,
Let's go,
I rewatched
motherfucker!
a
Come
couple
on
of-
in.
A
Yeah,
couple
there's a
of the
gun in
Scream
almost
movies.
every room in this house.
Right.
It's definitely a gun in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
scared.
I rewatched a lot of the Scream movies while I was trimming in October. Just
Dude,
'cause
Scream
Halloween
1
was-
is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun.
We used to watch that a bunch.
Yeah.
And we watched Scary Movie a bunch.
And even then, it was
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous. But now you watch it and you're like, this is so funny.
dumb.
It's a comedy.
How many
Like
Screams
Scream.
did they make? Like 4?
I think 4 or 5.
Yeah. I think I stopped at 3 and was like, I
Yeah.
get it.
Me
Yeah, I
too.
got it.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah. I'm gonna stop.
Somebody
before I
she
hate it.
knows. Somebody that's in the movie the whole time, but you don't
Right.
expect it.
Dude, what was it? The second one where the dude gets like stabbed through the glory hole at the movie theater?
That was
I think
the
that was
first
Scary
one.
That was
Movie.
the first
Well, no,
one.
in Scary Movie, it's a dick and not a knife.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
but in
I'm pretty
I
sure
think
it's in the-
Scary Movie 2.
No, it is, yeah, because it's in the very beginning.
or not. I'm getting them mixed up.
No, it's
Scream
Scream
2.
2.
Yeah.
It's in the very beginning, and he's like, says something in the other stall, and he like puts his ear up against
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and a
It's-
knife goes through his
But
other
in
side.
Scary Movie, it was a glory hole.
Yeah.
And then like the sex scene, like the bush was so big, the dude had to get out the weed whacker.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was funny.
Well, and then the guy that got I think it was one of the Wayans brothers, whoever it was, in Scary
gay
Movie.
guy?
Yeah.
Dressed as
He's the
girl
one.
up
He's
in
the one at
football
the
pads.
glory hole, and he's like, "Ooh!" And then the
Yeah.
dick goes through his ear, and like a couple scenes later, he's back, and he's just got like a Band-Aid over his ear. It's all bloody. He survived a giant dick going through
Dick
his
to
ear.
the ear. Oh man.
Those are fucking great. Those scary movies.
It's funny how there's like a whole like series of movies that's just like making fun of other movies, and like that's all they did. Like I could just make jokes making fun of Brian's jokes.
There was another Wayans brother movie that was making fun of like paranormal activity, and it was shot like that, but it was
Yeah, I don't think I saw
like a
that.
black household, and
Huh.
it was one of the Wayans. But that one's fucking funny. God, what is that movie?
I hate those like paranormal activity like ghost movies because it's just like fucking music, and then the loudest noise you've ever heard in your life.
Yeah,
There's a name for it, like
Onomatopoeia.
jump scare
jumps.
movie,
Yeah, jump scares. I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah, like if you turn the volume off, it's not even that scary.
Right, you're just like bored.
I think the paranormal activities, I don't know if they have a lot of music.
Yeah, it was a lot of quiet.
But like
a
a lot of suspense.
Just filmed.
fucking the Blair Witch Project or
Yeah.
whatever. That was stupid.
Last Scary Movie, well, it was like Paranormal Activity 2 or something. I watched in theaters because my little sister Nikki, when she was like 12 or 13, whenever that came out, she was
Yeah.
like, "This is what I want for my birthday," you know. So we went and watched it, and she was like this the whole movie.
Really?
Yeah, she's a sensitive thing.
I would just wear earplugs and be like,
Yeah, might have worked.
I
don't know.
loved the new It movies.
really? I didn't.
I-
I haven't seen any of the.
I watched the
movies.
first
just-
one.
Liked how they did it.
Yeah. That's
down-
another reason I don't really fuck with scary movies is anything involving kids and
Right.
like death
Yeah.
or torturing kids. I feel like I was a little fucked up as a kid and like a lot of crazy shit was going on. There was like a dude beating my mom before she got out of there and like
Yeah.
a little bit of trauma going on, you know?
Right.
So like anything with kids and trauma I'm not really interested in.
Mhm.
That being said, like I can watch The Shining, you know, but I've seen it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, The Shining doesn't hold a lot of like it's not scary really. It's just kind of like trippy.
Yeah.
I think.
And the way
Like
the way it's shot.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
just like how.
is The Shining Stanley Kubrick?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking good movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
It's what
I wouldn't
people say.
necessarily say it's a scary movie.
I think it's based in like a
Technically horror.
Yeah, it might have been in like
Genre.
1980.
There's like two little girls and bleeding walls and
Oh yeah, it's definitely
whatnot.
not a family friendly movie.
No. Yeah, I always just put it more in like the thriller category or like
Yeah.
psychedelic.
There's paranormal aspects to it for sure.
I almost what's the movie with Woody Harrelson? I always forget.
Zombieland.
Nope.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
fucking love
the one with
those.
that
Those are
crazy bitch I love.
Kelly?
Oh, Natural
Her
Born
too.
Killers.
Natural Born
Oh,
Killers.
fucking
yeah.
It is a borderline horror movie.
Yeah.
Like it
for
is
sure.
fucked up. Like
Yeah.
obvious like getting raped by her dad or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's just so
Rodney
many
Dangerfield?
dark tones.
Yeah, and I know I've watched it on psychedelics before.
That
Or
sounds
probably
awful.
a couple
Yeah, that
times,
sounds
and it was just
terrible.
like, oh yeah, this is a fucking horrible idea.
Yeah.
Like
I
this
watched
it's like,
Boondock
this is gonna be
Saints on
trippy.
acid, and it was
Oh,
one
yeah,
of
I
the
bet
worst
that was pretty
experiences of
rough,
my
too.
life. Yeah, like
What
I had
else
to
was-
leave.
There was another one. That
Next
was
time
really
you
tough
think
on
about watching something like that on psychedelics, watch Austin Powers.
even
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
You get halfway through it on acid, and you're like, oh yeah, this is just about his friend fucking up his whole trip. Like
I know.
Dave.
horrible shit happening.
And then the rape implications.
yeah.
Yeah, when you bring rape into a
Castration.
psychedelic trip, it just really fucks it up
Yeah.
for me.
But then I'm so glad I watched that movie before reading the book, because the book's so much fun.
Dude, the
After-
book is
There's
like,
so much more detail, and
yeah.
like you can
and you're just like dying
yeah,
laughing.
you can like
reading it.
see everything in your mind more
Yeah.
vividly.
By far the easiest book for me to read.
Yeah.
Really.
Like, yeah, if somebody was like, you have to read a book.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you ever heard of the book? And you'll say no, but I'm gonna ask anyway. In Search of Captain Zero.
Nope.
It's like a.
Sounds fun.
It's sick. It's hard to find, but if you can find it, it's like basically a surf like mystery thing. Like this guy's looking for his friend who they like surf together, and then his friend goes missing, and he goes to look for him. But it's like just as funny as Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
nice.
Let's
Yeah,
look
it's
for it.
I watched Point Break recently, and that was awesome.
I
the
didn't
new
see
one or the
that.
old one?
The old one.
The old one's fucking.
I haven't seen the new one.
It's pretty good.
Really? I saw the previews.
fine.
I remember watching the preview like in a movie theater and being like, "This looks badass."
Is the
And then at
old
the end, it
one-
was like Point Break. I was
Is
like,
it-
I don't know.
Is it,
Yeah.
the, is, the,
No, totally.
is it the old one with Keanu?
Yeah.
Okay.
The old ones with Keanu.
It's
yeah.
Swayze, bro.
I was like, there's an
Yeah.
older one that I didn't even know there was a new one.
So I got like reverse tricked by it. Like I came into it like 15 minutes in, didn't know what it was, and was like, this movie's pretty good. And then at the end, it was like Point Break, and I'm like, what?
I didn't see Swayze anywhere.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
That's like completely different.
Yeah, like
They're like in the Himalayas or some shit.
like skydiving
just
and doing
extreme
all this shit.
everything.
Yeah,
Huh.
I didn't even know there was a new one.
I've only seen the preview.
it's decent.
I'm not paying $15 on Amazon
No.
for it. I'll tell you that.
No, sir.
I use free sites.
You
Yeah, I'm
steal.
One,
You
two-
steal.
I don't
movies?
steal. I live stream by stealing.
You're killing a family that
I know.
Your coding makes this possible.
I know.
Probably. I know.
Eh.
I use a shitty laptop
Push that over.
that I don't use very often just to watch porn and
Really?
movies.
You have
Yeah,
a porn laptop
Oh,
and
yeah.
movie stealer laptop?
for sure.
It's
It's
like
just
all your internet connection though. The
full of-
computer itself has nothing to do with it.
No, but anything bad off the site, it goes to all my computers through the internet, like viruses.
Well, no, I'm
and
just
malware
saying
and
like
stuff.
no, not that, but like if your service
He's-
provider is going to send you a cease and desist.
I'm not worried
He's
about
not
that.
worried
I'm
about
not like
that.
I'm not downloading anything. I'm just watching the live, like 1, 2, 3 movies or
Yeah,
whatever.
fair.
Yeah, I need to. I don't have
I'm
an old
downloading.
laptop.
I'm downloading porn, but
Just use a Linux computer to do that. Nobody's got time to write viruses for Linux.
I used
Pro
to
tip.
have a what is it, Liberty Linux, the
I
little
don't-
flash drive. I used to
Yeah, there's a
play
lot
on.
of
I
them.
used to play on the darknet with that.
Mm-hmm.
Buy drugs.
You ever
Allegedly.
fuck around on the dark web, Drew?
No, I haven't. I kind of missed that. I don't really, since like working on the internet is my main source of income. I don't like fuck around a whole lot
I can see that.
with it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
don't
I mean, not that like I'd get in trouble or anything, but I just don't
just
even
hiring a hitman.
Do you
Yeah.
use JavaScript, HTML mostly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I write a lot of code in JavaScript frameworks, so it's like based on that. But before that, I was doing like server backend stuff.
Oh.
I just got bored with it.
That's cool.
Yeah, like
Sounds boring.
Python. You've probably heard of
Mhm.
that. Yeah, Python, Ruby, little C.
So not the creative part of it, more of the
Nuts and bolts.
nuts
Yeah,
and
the
bolts.
creative shit doesn't pay anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like the most fun, but I
It
guess
is,
that
but a
depends on
lot
your
of-
personality
Yeah,
and
it
what you're wanting
depends
to
on
get
your
out of it.
personality, and a lot of time you don't really get like a choice. Like the
Yeah.
customer is just like, I want fucking
Right.
toasters flying and it flashing purple and green, and you're like, that's the worst idea ever.
This is gonna be stupid.
Yeah, and they're like, well, that's what I'm paying you for, and you're like, okay, here's your fucking toaster. So,
Kind of seems like a real example that might have happened to you.
no,
Very specific toaster company.
it's just the fucking
Seems like a training exercise.
yeah, dark places my mind goes.
For some reason,
Yeah.
I feel like I did that in coding class.
Yeah, you probably did.
Yeah, I remember doing coding class, and I remember not digging it. Like, I have a hard time focusing.
I definitely do it for the money. I'm not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
super into it. There's
Yeah.
some I call
get
them
that
the true
impression
believers.
when I talk to you.
Yeah, I call them the true believers, but man, they fucking love it. Just like
Yeah, when I was looking into it, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. Like,
Yeah.
I was looking for new ways to make cash flow to do the things that I love to do. Like, I love trading. Like, I'm passionate
Right.
about it. It's fun for me, but it's like gambling. Like, I get those hits of endorphins when I see my money go up.
I will say, like, you can carve out a niche for yourself, like being a person that can talk to other people
Yeah,
and also knows a bit about code. Like, that's my move.
right.
It's like, I'm not the best coder, but I can have conversations with human beings, whereas like the best coders cannot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not saying you should do it, but just because
See,
you're not
it's
like
like-
super dorky.
Yeah, it's a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
to put into it,
Yeah.
and I just, I don't want to drop the money on a course.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's definitely ways to learn how to code without paying for anything, but you have to find everything and set it up.
Right. And honestly, like the way you're going to learn it the best is when somebody's paying you and you're like, I don't know how to do this, but fuck, they're paying me, so I need to
Right.
figure it
how I
out
learned how to
fast.
That's how I learned how to do everything.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just like, can you do this? I'm sure I can.
Yeah.
And then
Make
they're
it
like,
happen.
do it.
You're like, okay.
Yeah. I think I'm going to learn Spanish.
Dude, that's
I think I'm
sick.
going to get an app.
Nice.
Yeah.
Duolingo or something.
Yeah, the one I was looking at was Babbel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, named
Just
after
do
the
it
Tower
and
of Babel. I'm
Practice while you're taking a shit.
guessing. Well, yeah, and I have people that speak Spanish at work. I just don't know enough to, like, fuck around with them.
Right.
Like, I know some curse words and
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool to
Chinga tu
learn
madre.
Yeah.
learn Spanish with Kai, like have her
Oh, yeah. That'd
learn
be
too,
sick.
because
she just blow past you.
yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. I gotta start now.
Well, yeah, like the like young brains are like way better at learning.
Yeah,
that
it's
shit.
amazing watching her figure things out,
Right.
even at 7 months old. Like when things click, and she's like, "Oh, I can fucking do this," and then she does it over and over.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Seeing this little life form that you created with your balls.
Let's be real. You had the easy part of the
I
job.
did for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bill was at a beautiful scenic
Top of the Grand Canyon.
setting, just busted a nut and
Well, done.
done, son.
Coel's got a 9-month slog after that.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're trying to make a baby, but we're gonna walk to the bottom of this goddamn hole.
Yeah, she definitely has a connection with Kai that I don't.
Yeah.
You know, she was inside of her. She made
I
her.
mean, technically you were too.
I was, but for not as long.
Something you and your kid got covered.
We were both inside mommy. Knuckles.
It's the first Spanish phrase she's gonna learn.
That's the first Spanish phrase I'd like to learn.
We
Those
were
are
both
some of my-
inside mommy.
Favorite Cali Parmenter jokes was the
Oh
the
yeah.
thermometer one. Just like mommy hit that first.
Dude, Callie is a fucking savage.
Yeah.
Need to have her back in here, but she just seems like a.
I think she's playing it safe.
I think she's. I don't know. Seems like she might be patient zero.
Nothing can kill Callie.
I know, but it might kill me. That's the
Right,
issue.
yeah, for sure. You should worry about number one.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Big black dicks and tattoo guns can't kill her. I'm
Ain't
scared.
nothing gonna.
I'm scared. Yeah. I think I'm gonna get a tattoo soon.
Do you have any?
They're gonna get a big black
Mhm.
dick.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm gonna
This is
finish
one-
this.
Stupid ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I get a bunch of money soon, I'd like to finish my leg.
I just gotta finish this.
The smiley face on your leg.
Well, yeah.
Well, and the
No,
guy.
I'm just gonna circle that and be good with it and finish everything else around it. I'm never gonna cover that up.
You can't.
No. It's great.
It's too
I'm
special.
glad Gibby still has it.
Yours
too.
is gonna have like a Hey Arnold head though, because its mouth is so big.
No, I'm not even gonna put a head around it.
Me
Just
neither.
maybe box it off and have its own thing. Put my signature in there.
There you go.
My signature is probably about as horrible as.
Kind of looks like the mouth.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Might as well just draw a dick. You're better at that. Let's be real.
I was super fucked up on pills when we did that, but it probably wouldn't have came out much better if I was sober.
Stober.
If I was sober.
Okie dokie.
I was the only sober one in the room.
He was, and he's still.
That was a red light weekend or yellow light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was right at the beginning. There was not a lot of fuckery going on then.
I had like a green green light 2 years.
Yeah.
I was on drug court taking 2 random piss tests a week, and that's when Phil really ramped it up.
So I don't remember the full story. Like, you took all the heat, right? Like, you were in on it, but
I just
nothing
wa-
bad
No, no.
happened to you.
I was,
I got busted.
I was a
Yeah,
that's what
50-50
happened.
partner, but I wasn't there at
Right.
that time,
Yeah.
and it just happened. I would thought the whole time he was in jail, I would just knew
Brian's
the
gonna
cop.
rat on me.
No, I was just knew the cops were gonna come in or come knock
No,
on
the
the
jail
door.
was a
or-
mile from our house
I didn't
at
know.
the time. Like,
I didn't know why he was in jail.
Really?
I mean, I knew
you
it was,
didn't know
knew it was for drugs, but I didn't know which drugs.
the drugs you sold.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Do you have a
like,
guilty conscience?
No, well, I mean, not a guilty conscience. I knew, like,
no, he just was aware that he broke some laws
Yeah.
sometimes.
I knew
And
it
if
was
I
a-
was in jail, who knows how long till he was.
knew it was a
Yeah.
possibility. We all
Sure.
knew it was gonna.
Did we allegedly have a basement full of mushrooms? Sure.
Sure.
But they
It
weren't.
could happen.
They weren't cut or dried, so
They weren't
technically
even-
illegal.
They weren't even
Really?
fruiting yet.
like
it
when
was
they're
just a
growing,
bunch.
they're just fine.
Yeah.
It was
Huh.
mycelium still, but it still doesn't look great
Right.
when you're
when you're in
roommate
jail for
slash-
selling LSD.
Yeah. your roommate / business partner is in jail for LSD.
Oh, that's fucking crazy. You had no idea what was going
I just
on.
knew he was in jail.
I think I wrote
And-
him a letter, and I was like,
Yeah,
me and Lucy might be fighting. I don't know what's going on. Like, just trying to code it, because they read everything that goes in or out.
Right.
and I got everything out of the house. Like we went and dumped
I mean, you
jars and jars
yeah.
and jars of mycelium at the dump. So there's probably psychedelic mushrooms growing out there.
In the
still.
landfill.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you even went to the dump.
Giant
Like, just go
mushrooms?
to Bloomfield and fucking pick an arroyo.
Well, we consider ourselves not litterers.
Yeah, I was
Or
just,
me.
I mean, you drink Bud Light, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah. No, I still don't
I was just
litter.
trying to get rid of everything. And then we got everything out of the house. I moved all the weed, and we had like 200 hits of acid or something
Uh-huh.
at the time. And allegedly, Coel kept them at her parents' house,
Nice.
which was
Fuck her parents.
she's a
G.
she's a G.
G'd
She-
up from the feet up.
Yeah. Kept it in a movie case under her bed.
What?
So worried.
Like
And
a
like all of our
Blockbuster
pipes.
case?
No, it was like a DVD. I think it
Oh.
was
I was thinking like a VHS, like the chunk thing.
Those would have been
Ever
good to hold
After or
drugs in,
something.
Dude,
actually.
Yeah.
I would kill to have one of those right now. Like, you'll never see one of those in your life again. Probably.
maybe. I bet I
Yeah,
can find one
eBay.
on eBay.
Yeah.
You can find anything on eBay.
I'm gonna buy one tonight.
No. For my drugs.
Yeah. Dude, just carry it around as your wallet. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah. I have a safe
Max
for all my
Turner would
drugs
be
now.
like, "What's that?"
It's like the most hipster thing.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like,
we-
yeah, I used
we-
to just have a little wallet I could fit in my pocket, but now I carry around this big ass VHS case.
I was so worried we were about to get raided. I just got everything out of the
Yeah.
house.
Oh, I
and
would
we
be
had
too.
we were so dumb about it. We had fucking Ziploc bags all over the house, like big
Yeah.
gallon Ziploc bags just full of weed dust and shit. Like so much evidence.
Yeah, why throw this away?
Oh, when I was in my 20s, we were growing weed in our house, and like we would show like people that we'd known for fucking 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
We'd show it to
We've all
'em.
been there.
Yeah, I was like so dumb.
We were
Sorry,
dumb.
Mom.
Sorry, Drew's mom.
Yeah.
Did
I
your
never-
mom knew you grew weed?
No. She thought I was pretty innocent for quite a long time.
My dad thought I was pretty innocent for quite a long time. My mom knew I was a goddamn hoodlum.
Yeah. Once I dropped out of college, my parents definitely knew.
My
They didn't know
mom-
to the extent of what we
Yeah.
were doing, but they knew. I was like, didn't have a job. And I was like, yeah, I'm just playing online poker, which I was, but I wasn't making
Yeah.
That's what I told my parents
what-
you were doing too.
Yeah, that's what we weren't making that.
Like, so what do you do? Like, oh, me and Phil are doing this online thing. Because we were doing construction, and then Phil quit, and then like a few months later, like I was working for my stepdad at the time.
I went back to Radio Shack for a while.
I worked
You
at Radio
would
Shack.
work at Radio Shack. You both worked at Radio
Yeah.
Shack?
Yeah, Phil got me a
In
job.
Farmington?
I sold so much weed out of that Radio Shack.
Right out the
allegedly.
back
Shit.
door,
Yeah.
facing
No
the 7-Eleven. Yeah.
Yeah.
People would
Dude,
hit
that's
you
a
up.
fucking movie right there.
Our life could be a movie.
It was a
Yeah.
little movie like for a while.
Like, who's the guy that did Clerks? Kevin Smith?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a Kevin Smith movie.
No,
right
for
there.
sure.
I've
And working
definitely-
at Radio Shack sucks.
I
dick.
bet.
Like the worst thing that can happen to you is you sell. Like it's the only way you're gonna make more money. But the worst thing
Right.
that can happen to you is selling a cell phone.
Right. No,
Because
I'm
then you
sure.
got to set up the whole plan.
Yeah,
and
I bought cell phones at Radio Shack, and
And
it
that
was
was-
horrible on
that
that
was
side
where
of
you
the
got-
transaction.
That's where you got most of your commission too.
Yeah.
And so you had to like push this shit that people didn't really need. And we were the Radio Shack between town and the reservation. And so we just got so many people from the reservation that like barely had service out there. And you would tell them like, you're not going to get service out there. You shouldn't get this phone. And they still wanted it. And so you'd sell it to
and
them.
they don't
and then
have an address.
a week later, yeah.
You know, saying people from the reservation is just as racist.
I
as-
know, but I'm trying to tell
That's
you.
saying what?
I'm just saying they're way out there
Right.
in the middle of
I
nowhere.
get
A
it.
and
very
they have-
undesirable
they have-
land.
they have-
not
Yeah.
developed.
I could have
Yeah.
been so much
That
more
nobody
racist.
was developed.
No cell phone towers.
That was growing up in Farmington though. Like
Yeah, oh yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
it's just the thing. Like we were racist about it and didn't realize it.
right.
I was watching old videos that we recorded at that house of us smoking weed, and like we would always, that was the thing, was like talking with a native accent.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we didn't
dude.
even think about it at
Same,
the time.
yeah.
And
What
now I
about-
look back and
what
I'm
if
like,
you just grew up
Jesus, we
next-
were so fucking racist about it and didn't
Yeah.
even
I
think
don't
about
think we had hate in our heart.
No, there was absolutely no hate in our heart about it.
But we were following the example that the people around us were giving us. Like,
right. So I didn't have. I mean, there was definitely some natives going to my school growing up, but a lot of it
Yeah,
was
but
like very.
your reservation was Ute, right?
We didn't really have one in Pagosa. It was more like Chicano, like old, like cowboys from when like.
Right,
when
but
this
the
area was
closest
owned by Spain.
The closest reservation to
Yeah,
you would
Ute
be
Mountain.
Utes, and
Yeah.
they're
totally different.
They
But
have
they like
money.
Maybe
kept
not
to
totally
themselves.
different,
Well,
but
that and they like
Extremely.
they have similar effects to alcohol, Phil.
Yeah. Well, that for
Yeah.
sure. But
Have you ever seen Tones get a little excited?
I mean, I've spent time on the reservation with friends.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
with their, and it's just
Yeah.
a totally different vibe
oh
out
for
there.
sure.
My
yeah.
dad still spends probably 50% of his time like in the reservation. That's why he listens to this podcast,
Right.
and he hates Drunk Dave.
Everybody hates Drunk Dave.
Dude,
I bet Drunk Dave hates Drunk Dave.
I don't think so.
Drunk
I don't
Dave-
think he realizes
Mm-mm.
Who he
how
is.
far
he thinks
goes.
he's awesome.
Like
Yeah, he's that guy.
it's amazing, especially watching it as a sober person.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
he stopped watching a while back, and I
Dude,
remember
I
when he
don't
said that,
remember-
I was like, "Fuck."
I don't remember
Like, he's
which
not
one
gonna
it
hold himself
was,
accountable.
but I was watching one of the
It was
podcasts
raining.
a while ago, and I turned it off because I was like, I can't fucking listen to Drunk Dave anymore. Like,
You hear that, Dave? You piece of shit.
Yeah.
Stop fucking up. I guess he's leaving. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I
Fuck
can't. I can't believe the amount of patience that you have. What I've just never seen with anybody else. Like seriously.
Charity case.
No, it's just weird.
I don't know.
Because
It's weird. I do like Dave. Like as a person,
Yeah.
sober Dave is genuinely.
I've seen you
Yeah.
lose your patience with like
extremely generous.
James
Yeah.
like so much quicker.
But I've known James longer.
Yeah,
too.
I lose my patience with people I've known a long time.
And
a lot
James
quicker.
James makes a habit out of pushing it. You know what I mean? Drunk Dave comes out
And James
every
isn't-
once in a while
James
on a full
isn't
moon.
that drunk when he's doing it.
El Borracho comes out pretty quickly.
Dude, I think we were at an 11th Street mic, and James was just being so fucking weird.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, Brian's cool with it. I guess I'll be cool with it. But
I
he
don't
was
know anymore with James.
yeah,
I
he
just
was
stopped
freaking me
trying.
out a little
I'll just
bit.
leave him. He's a weird fucking guy.
He's a nice guy.
I love him. He's a
Yeah.
brother, but sometimes you make people family that you shouldn't have. You know, James and Dave are my two big examples.
It makes me like, am I like that when I get that fucking hammered and just don't know? Am I?
I don't
No, you're
Like-
much more thoughtful and self-aware.
I don't feel like
I think
an
most of
asshole.
it's self-aware.
I don't feel like I
Yeah.
go down that asshole road where I'm just like picking on people to do it.
I
I'm trying to
definitely
get a laugh.
making noise for the sake of
Yeah,
it.
I think he's just trying to get more and more laughs. Dave is, just like trying to make people laugh and doesn't realize.
by repeating the same thing
that
over and
he's
over and
just
over
like-
that nobody likes.
I love you, Dave.
I know. I definitely have the potential to be like annoying when I'm drunk. You know, if
Yeah.
I just start having too much fun, like
Yeah.
like a drunk Dave.
Mhm.
Like I have that potential. It hasn't happened in a long time, and definitely more when I was younger.
That's the worst.
but I also don't
feeling,
get
though.
shit housed in front of
Yeah.
people. Like the drunkest you will ever see me is home, like after a night where I drink another
Luckily-
beer or two, and then I'm like fucked up.
Luckily,
like
my
I-
body I get sick before I get to that point where
I don't
I'm
black
like
out,
don't
ever.
know what
Yeah.
I'm doing and
Yeah.
don't know what I'm saying. Like I get sick before that. As
Yeah,
you guys saw
I have
in-
like a internal like
Phoenix.
part Irish, part Italian. Like I have this trigger in me, like, and you saw it in Phoenix, where I'm like, you need to put yourself away, sir. Like
I
you shall
definitely-
not be around
I
society.
definitely
anymore.
have that
True. I'm
That-
going for a walk.
trigger where I don't care.
Oh, I was
I will
about
fucking kill anybody.
to. Yeah, I was about to kill.
And I will
Dave.
probably
was
get
like,
my-
I need to go for a walk for like 2 hours, and then I'll be okay again.
I didn't think it was gonna be me that lost it.
Neither
all knew
I thought it was
somebody
gonna
was
be
gonna-
me for sure.
We all knew somebody was gonna lose
Yeah.
it at Dave.
No, I went into that trip like I'm gonna lose my shit and look like an asshole, and these people are never gonna talk to me again. And then Phil lost his shit, and I was like, "Oh, sweet."
I was pretty good for a while.
Yeah.
Again, I have a switch.
And you were sick,
Yeah, I was not,
not
feeling,
feeling good. Like
Yeah, you had like a stomach thing going
It's like
on?
some sort of stomach bug. I don't know. I felt shitty for 4 or 5 days after we got home. Even on
Yeah.
the ride back, I felt like I was gonna throw up the whole time.
wonder how many times those people.
And it was just exacerbated from the drinking.
It
a
sucks that we always talk about that, but it was literally the last thing I did before COVID.
Mhm.
Was that trip.
yeah,
Like the last
big thing.
hurrah or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
I wonder. So that office building where Phil threw up on their sidewalk.
Probably still there.
I wonder how many times that's happened because it's right behind the comedy club. It's the obvious place to smoke weed.
Yeah.
Like it's the place to smoke
wasn't-
weed. If
there
you're at
wasn't
that comedy
I mean, if
club.
that
Throw up. It was a lot
bartender
of
is-
dry heaving.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot
Some hit the pavement.
for
though.
sure.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like it wasn't my.
If that bartender that was
My
trying
most.
to fuck me makes a habit out of serving people like that, then a lot of people throw up at that office building.
Yeah, I'll take a whiskey. Fucking
Like,
a
glug,
glass.
You want a
glug,
whole
glug,
glass
glug.
of whiskey?
And then you
okay.
got another one.
Yeah.
We got fucked up. I just.
Oh, dude, at Joey Diaz, I was doing like the one eye head turn squint.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was like
Again,
so leaned down in the
I
booth.
fucking
like,
barely remember it again. Like I did with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, I was going through.
yeah,
some
but you were
shit
like
then.
doing pills and shit in the
Yeah,
back of the
I was-
Subaru.
Yeah, that's different.
I was going through some demons.
Yeah,
then,
we
man.
got back. Phil was like, "Yeah, dude, you guys were up front talking. I was just in the back popping quad."
It was Valium.
I remember
Same.
enough
Is
at
it?
Joey
Yeah,
Diaz to
pretty
feel
much.
like I got my money's worth.
Yeah, I guess I do.
What
The thing I remember was like he got as confused as I was at one point. He's like,
Yeah,
I don't
I do
remember
remember
what
that.
I was talking about.
And
And
everybody's
like,
like,
yeah.
But yeah, the amount of respect that people have for him. That don't get me wrong, he's brilliant and he is fucking hilarious. But as a set,
Yeah.
like, you can't just be anybody and do that.
No.
Right.
You have to be the beloved and just continue to sell out, where people are literally paying just to experience you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as a set, not the strongest.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, the first couple jokes and what people were laughing at. It's like, I really came here to see some genius. You know what I mean? Like, I came to be inspired. But when I left, I was like, I'm never going to be Joey Diaz. Just be like, fuck it. Ha, ha, ha. And just murder. Everybody's like, just kill the room. You know what I mean?
See, I'm the opposite because I don't really like Joey Diaz. Like, I respect him, but I wouldn't put Joey Diaz on to, like, laugh.
Yeah.
But then seeing him live and being like, that there is a fucking professional.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that was a big thing. Whereas, like, when I saw Chappelle, I was like, I love Chappelle. And then I saw it and was like, guy's a fucking legend, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I
But-
wish I remember Joe Rogan.
See, I
I
remember.
remember
I don't-
seeing him. I don't remember one fucking joke.
Yeah,
that he
I don't
told.
remember any joke Chappelle told. I was so high.
I remember Ian Edwards, and I remember, like, but we also saw Joe Rogan in, like, an arena,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, fuck
When we were
that.
pretty far
No,
away.
it was a theater, the Bell Theater, I
Belco?
think. Belco Theater. Yeah, but it's fucking huge.
So
Yeah.
We were so goddamn far from Joe Rogan,
There was
and our
at
tickets
least
weren't cheap.
3,000 people there.
Yeah,
Maybe
at
more.
least. Yeah.
There was a lot of people.
Yeah, and I remember, like, observing, like, hearing a joke and liking it and looking around and seeing how many people were just not engaged.
Really?
Like, people having conversations, people's on dates, people, you know what I mean? And
People
I
on
bought
Valium
tickets,
nodding
talked
out.
2 friends into going to Denver, and then we drove to Denver to do I wanted this so bad, you know? And
That
the
sounds
people we were
terrible.
sitting around were just like, could have been anywhere in the city,
Yeah.
you know?
When I saw Chappelle, everybody was fucking dying.
Yeah. When Chappelle talks, people listen.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, like, I
Was I the
literally...
Dave of that trip?
You didn't cause any problems.
No, I remember when we got
just
back to
didn't
the
remember a lot.
at the hotel. I was like smoking in the window. And he comes because he had his own room. He comes down. And he's like, "Are you guys fucking smoking in here?" And I was like by the window. I'm like, "But I'm blowing it out the window."
Doesn't count.
It's like this is on my fucking mom's credit card, bro.
And then,
I'm like, oh,
yeah, we were
it's
going
like
to go
a
chill in
dick.
the hot tub. And the hot tub.
It was like 75 degrees with no bubbles.
Just
was
lukewarm.
We were sitting in a lukewarm bath together, no problems. Just fucking, like, it might have lasted 10 minutes. And we were all just like, this is really fucking
This
weird.
is
man.
fucking horrible.
That's amazing.
That was a weird trip.
Yeah, I was going through some shit then. I was going through so much shit, I didn't want to share my drugs with anybody.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep them for myself.
I didn't even know you had
I
drugs till we
need-
got home.
I was being selfish.
And we took my buddy's STI up there. So fun. Just like
Yeah.
driving a monster through tunnels.
That's why I was taking Valium the whole time. No, it wasn't the reason, but it made it better.
Yeah.
The parking garage, just like, you know, just echoing through every
Yeah.
level. Such a loud car. It was sick. I love that car.
It's nice.
I don't think I'm ever gonna have a race car.
I don't
No?
think I need to have a race car.
I would rather. I think I would. I'm at this point rather have a race car than a motorcycle.
That's what I said too. And then somebody was like, Harley for 4,500. And I was like, that is.
I would
great
buy
deal.
your bike for 4,500 for sure. It was beautiful.
It's so cool.
It's what I would want.
Drew
What was
wants
its
a big
name?
one.
Jungle Fever.
Jungle Fever.
Is that still its name?
No.
Got rid of the paint.
No. If I adopt a kid, I'm gonna name it what I want.
It's more like having a step kid. Like, I think.
I would say more of
You made a
adoption.
really ugly face at me.
I paid for it.
That's
my-
my,
that's
that's
my
my
bad.
child.
Don't you
son
know
of a
how
bitch.
step kids work?
Yeah, you gotta pay for them. Not me. If I was a stepdad, I'd be the broke one.
But
for
that
sure.
would be more like if you hooked up, if you got with a chick who won the motorcycle in the divorce,
Right.
and then you get
A
it
step
because
cycle.
Yeah.
you get it because she won.
Yeah. That's why I'm not married.
That's why you got a jet ski.
Exactly. That's definitely the one a woman.
If you moved
would
to
want.
Austin, you should just take it because there's lots of lakes.
You're basically married.
Kinda. I mean,
Kinda.
no paperwork.
It's the same thing.
She leaves with what she came with.
Right.
That's a big.
She doesn't get to
difference for sure.
decide she's tired of fucking me and then take the motorcycle.
I'm taking the
in
motorcycle.
the swamp cooler. Oh, but baby, I'm gonna be hot. I ain't your baby no more, Brian.
No, the swamp cooler was here when I moved in, and it's going with me. Believe that. Probably not to Austin. It's
not
a
gonna
little
work.
humid.
Are
not gonna
you
work
still
there.
planning on doing that, Austin?
Kinda, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just going with the flow.
Yeah,
I haven't been
what are
able to go to
plans?
work for 2 weeks. Like, I haven't made $1 in 2 weeks.
You
know?
didn't get any sort of like benefit.
Well, I didn't try to get unemployment
Uh-huh.
because luckily I saved some money, so I'm not
Right.
like hurting,
That-
and you know, I'm not financially hurting, which I should have still. You know, I'm kind of seeing if they don't, because they're on takeout only now, so they're needing
Yeah.
a lot less cooks. And there's a lot of parents that work in the kitchen, you know, a lot of dads, like some 2-3 kids, you know what I mean? They need work.
Right.
Whereas I do have some savings, and if I had to take some time off and collect some unemployment or something, like then I would factor the last 2 weeks in.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go back to work and see what my schedule looks like. If it's 2 days a week, then yeah, I'm going to file from the date I stopped working.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do anything.
Might as
But
well. It's what the fucking Democrats want us to do.
I've never once collected
Fucking freedom,
unemployment.
hate, and surrender monkeys.
Fucking live off the government.
They got a
Liberal
bunch of
tits.
guns, and
Well,
I've
they
never
all
lived off
get
unemployment. I'm damn
Rich
near a
off our
Republican.
fucking tax money.
I don't.
There's a
I'm
little,
out there
bit
slaving
of that.
away so Brian can fucking get his EBT steaks and lobsters.
Steaks and lobsters. I've never been on food stamps either.
I've never
I have.
filed for any of that shit. I paid
Yeah.
into a lot of it.
Me and Quill have.
Yeah, I mean, I paid into.
I mean, dude, my thing about taxes is it's like I want to get something for my money.
We
You know,
should-
I
we
don't
should
mind.
Get
I'll
a
pay.
receipt. We should get.
Yeah,
we
I'll
should-
pay 60% taxes, but I better fucking see something for that.
Most of it goes to the military.
How much
Right.
money do
That's
you
not
make,
an
Drew?
aircraft carrier.
Do you make like a shitload of money? 60% taxes?
I probably pay in taxes what Dave makes.
Dave makes like twice as much as me.
I'm just saying.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dave made
Not
more.
really, like it goes quick.
Dave made more than me when he was on unemployment.
Yeah, I know mathematically I pay more in taxes than Dave could possibly have made on unemployment.
Jesus Christ. You might be my richest friend.
Probably.
I'm gonna catch you.
I got some
I'm
criminal
gonna catch
friends.
you this year.
Oh yeah, Phil's gonna be worth 100 G's next year.
What?
Trying.
100
Might be.
G's?
Possible.
Do you own where you live?
No.
No,
No.
we get it, Drew. You own
Yeah.
a house.
He lives a house. I'm gonna.
I wasn't trying to flex.
It's a
I was-
pretty
it was-
sweet
I was
house,
just
too.
asking. It sucks. I
Great
hate that
location.
house.
Location.
The location's good. I just don't like the layout. Like it's too much space for me.
Oh my
That's
Dude, you have a war room. Like literally. You were like, yeah, I have a writing room. You guys want to just come over? It's like well lit. It's
You
got a
should-
beautiful table.
You should see it now after I got bored with COVID. It's
a porn room.
Did it? It is
Sick.
a porn. I watched porn in there the other day on the big screen.
It's the best to watch porn on the big screen.
Yeah.
Even though
Except it
anytime
kept,
my
like,
family leaves,
freezing because I was like Chromecasting through my
Mm.
phone.
is it hooked up to Ethernet?
No,
I hooked my TV
your
up to.
porn.
I hooked my TV up to Ethernet. I'm so stoked because it runs so much faster. 4K is actually looks
Right.
better.
Looks good.
It's not all.
Really?
No, I have like
Fake
a
4K.
fucking super old Apple TV.
Mm.
Sucks.
LG life.
So you guys are going to
WebOS.
Austin when you figure this shit out.
Hopefully. I mean, depending on what real estate value is at that point, you know, who knows? They might just become so flooded.
Depends
it's
on where
ridiculous.
you're at.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, location.
Yeah.
Like anywhere around the lakes. I've actually been looking into it because Coel said she would move, but we got to take her parents to Austin. I would go to Austin.
Yeah.
But at
That'd
the
be
same time, I
dope, dude.
fucking love the mountains.
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna say I can't leave the mountains.
I love the mountains, but I'm
Why?
just.
Mountain biking?
Yeah, skiing, climbing, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
I do love Durango a lot. It's just like the
It's-
real estate prices are so fucking ridiculous.
And it's pretentious as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Here?
there. Yeah. I say
Huh.
wearing a cardigan. No, like a bunch of like cunty people
Yeah.
have moved here in the last 2 or 3 years.
I don't. I mean, I guess I don't experience it. I work back of house at a
Yeah.
restaurant, so I'm in a bubble of sorts, you know. other than comedy, which
Yeah.
Bunch of degenerates.
yeah, savage. It's rare good people show up to a comedy show.
Not a year ago, it was fucking laugh therapy once a month, like clockwork.
Yeah, but we murdered.
Are we ever going to go back to pre-corona world?
I don't
Is
know.
it always going to be
That's where I was trying to go
post-corona?
with all that.
That's what
is
I
like,
wonder about Durango making laws enforcing masks. Like, are we ever gonna not have to wear masks?
Yeah, I mean, in Asia, they've been doing this for
Yeah,
fucking forever, and I used to think they were
what are we,
psycho.
communists?
It's like, it's more of a cultural
Now
thing
that
there
Joe
too.
Biden's fucking stole the election.
Yeah. Who'd you vote for? Joe Jorgensen.
Yeah, that's exactly what I voted for.
I guessed. Yeah, I could tell by your cardigan.
Yeah, thanks. And I voted for, who was it, Bill Ritter in the last one? The New Mexico governor?
Gary Johnson?
Gary Johnson, thank you.
Yeah.
That was 4 years. A lot has happened in 4 years. I can't remember that.
Crazy.
Yeah, and if I hadn't been hearing about it recently, like, a lot of people are making that comparison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but if you don't support the third party, they may never rise up, and we could always just have this two-party bullshit system. But how many years are you willing to throw away your vote on either?
Fucking all of them.
Huh?
I mean, compared to just like doing this forever, yeah.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
And it's the polarization
It is so.
is so crazy.
Yeah.
It is the
Like-
weakest fucking. Like the older I get, I'm like,
It's either
how?
Donald
Yeah.
Trump
How?
Donald Trump is a fucking Nazi or Donald Trump is God.
God, yeah.
He's our savior, Jesus Christ.
You know where my family lies.
And, like, it's crazy that there's nobody screaming in the middle.
Right.
Bye GoPro.
Way
Bye,
to go,
GoPro.
bro. I mean,
Had it already been 90 minutes?
I hate Donald Trump. I've all like,
Wow.
even before he was president.
No, I don't
like,
think
when
he's
he
a
was
good
just
person.
Like a real estate guy and did The Apprentice. I
he's
thought
a
he was a piece
corrupt
of shit.
businessman.
Yeah, like a shit face. But like,
Yeah, nobody was like, this guy's gonna run the country one
Yeah.
day.
But
like,
to compare him to Hitler,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he's
that's
like-
a steep
and
comparison.
to not even,
it's like comparing.
there's
the
a
Wet Bandits to
few
Hitler.
good things that he's done.
No, I think he had a successful presidency, but was a failed president.
Yeah.
Like there was some stuff that
Good way of
happened.
putting it.
Like he didn't start any wars. That was sweet. The economy did great. That was sweet. Him talking.
Unemployment
was
was
fucking horrible. Yeah.
all-time lows.
Yeah.
For black people too, and that could have trickled down from the Obama administration, but
Right, but like him as a representative of our country.
No. He did a horrible fucking
Horrible
job
job.
uniting us and
Yeah.
making us feel at ease.
Yeah.
And I think, but that's what just it drives me nuts about hardcore leftists
Yeah.
is how
Oh,
they're
dude,
just
they're
like, I just
crazy.
want him out. I don't
Yeah.
care what he's actually done. I'm gonna completely deny that he's done anything good. He's fucking Hitler, and I would rather vote for somebody that I don't even like or don't know
Right.
their policies. You know, Joe Biden's been in politics for fucking 50 years. He's one of the people who created this system that you guys are trying to fight against,
Right.
and you're putting him back in.
But by the same token, too, like, I look back at thinking and hearing the same thing said about George Bush that are said about Donald Trump right now. And it's
W?
like, dude, George W. was not that bad in comparison.
And he was fun.
And yeah. Relatively, he wasn't that bad. I think he would have done great at handling coronavirus.
He was better at uniting the country,
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
But he
But-
was also a warmonger. But
Totally,
so
yeah,
was fucking
100%.
Obama and Joe Biden.
Yeah, and
They
I liked
fucking-
Obama. I liked
yeah.
W. Not
He
at
was the
time,
best
but
at
in
like
hindsight.
making everybody feel at ease about it.
Yeah, Obama chilled
He
me
just-
the fuck out.
Was the way he talked was cool. He
Excellent
wasn't.
representative.
He didn't
Mm-hmm.
polarize the nation.
If he was
Well,
talking
did,
to
like,
the
My
world,
uncle's super conservative, and he hated
Yeah.
Obama. A lot of people hate Obama.
my family.
But not to
Yeah.
not to the extent like how Trump did to the left. Like they fucking hate him.
yeah, I feel like it's
Like with
the
a
same.
new passion.
and it's
though.
like but it's like a catty passion. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I'd almost pretty much any day of the week I'd rather hang out with a super conservative than a super lefty. They're just less annoying. You
Really?
can drink a beer with them.
yeah.
ride a
See, I've
go-kart.
always said I'd
In
love
the-
to hang
in
out
the
with George
end of-
W.
in
But I
the-
think I'd rather hang out with Obama than Trump. I think hanging out with Trump would suck ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't describe. I'm saying like normal people. I wouldn't describe
In
them
the
as a
end-
super lefty or like
Yeah.
but like the people that are just like super like calling Trump Hitler. I'd rather hang out with
In the
a
end,
one-tooth hillbilly.
it was easier
With
for
a
me
gun.
No, I get that.
to talk to my hardcore conservative family about Joe Biden than it was to talk about Trump
and
with
Durango.
my hardcore leftist friends. Like there was just no reasoning about it.
Yeah. I
Especially the lesbians. Dude, lesbians
Yeah,
not into Trump.
yeah.
Not the ones I know.
I know
Yeah,
a
I
few
think
actually.
we know the same lesbians.
They're from
there's
Farmington.
shirts that say lesbians for Trump. It exists.
Well, Trump was actually one of the first.
Lesbians.
He was one of the first presidents to run on an open gay election. Like he was openly for gay marriage.
Yeah, and Hillary
And
Clinton,
actually-
that fucking cunt, hated gay marriage.
She was against it at first.
I mean, Hillary Clinton is.
She's just a fucking politician. They're all just.
And if we had
it's-
any
it's
other
just-
option, Trump probably wouldn't be the president.
It's a
but no.
fucking rigged system. And
That's what I hate about the two-party system is they don't really have like values and like listening to NPR, for example, like hearing the Democrat thing, like they're just trying to figure out how do we fit in the mold that gets people to vote for us. Like they don't really care what they're doing. They're just like, how do we get the votes? Yeah. And I don't listen
they're
to
all
politics,
backed
baby.
by the same fucking big money
Yeah.
businesses.
Except Trump,
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, he really wasn't.
which is the interesting
and that's
part.
why they
And
wanted to get him out.
potentially
so
the least
fucking bad.
corrupt politician we've had in this country.
He was
The
corrupt
least-
in his own ways.
Yeah, totally.
He drained the swamp and put his own alligators in there.
And there's so many times where I was
Man's
like,
scared of
Trump is gonna fucking come through in this moment and like be okay and like really show that he's competent, and then he just fucking makes an asshole
I
out of me
know.
for thinking that.
I know. That's
Like,
the
I
same
thought
way.
that-
The same way when like watching the debates, I was like, okay, Trump's
Yeah,
gonna
he's
fucking
gonna pull
say
it
some
together. Yeah.
say some shit that's gonna like blow my mind, and then it's always just like, I'm
No.
the best. This is the best, and we're the best,
Yeah.
and this is the best presidency that's ever been ever.
Dude, I thought that with COVID. I was like, okay, Trump's gonna like do some shit and we're gonna be okay, and then he's just like,
It's like, well, we're fucked by
yeah,
Bitcoin.
God damn it.
I gotta pee so bad.
That's what we're
Sorry,
gonna call
guys.
this episode. We're fucked by Bitcoin.
Well, we're fucked by Bitcoin.
that was called the last episode. That go for it, Phil. Yeah,
Sorry, I got a little bladder.
we're probably gonna wrap this
Not
up
as sorry as we are.
before
though.
too long. We only have so much. My programs only process so much information in a video
Right.
without like errors. Like
We've been
I've done
going,
3
like-
hours, but it's never the easy one.
Yeah. We've been going 2 hours.
Yeah. 107 minutes,
I'm gonna fart.
buddy.
It was a squeaker. Kind of hurt my tailbone.
Really? A fart that hurts your tailbone.
I'm 35. Weird shit happens
Yeah?
after.
What's the weirdest thing like that comes with age, you think? Like what have you noticed? You still exercise, yeah?
Oh yeah.
I
Like, obsessively.
I just recently like finally got my shit together
Mhm.
and just started working out every day. I haven't gone to the gym, but you can.
Yeah, I haven't gone to
bust-
the gym, but I've been running or like doing push up. Like I do something
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, I have a couple kettlebells in there
Yeah.
and some shit. Dude,
You can fuck yourself up with 2 kettlebells.
fuck, dude. And so I've been kind of holding off on the abs because I realized like how limiting it is when your abs are super
Yeah.
sore. Like you could fuck up a day of snowboarding, you know, like not be able to snowboard with super sore abs. So finally I was like, all right, today's fucking ab day.
God
And
damn.
I did half of what I wanted to. I've been
Uh-huh.
sore for 3 days, dude.
That
my
sucks.
my abs hurt so much.
Whoa, totally different conversation.
Talking about working out.
Sweet. Yeah, fell off the train hard.
Well, you're the only one with a good excuse.
No, it's I have time. I can fucking find time. I've just
For me,
been
it's like-
lazy as fuck about
Dude,
it.
it's
The time that
how
I do
keep
have.
the demons down.
Yeah.
Like I just
Oh, and
have
I-
to exercise.
I just turned into a dick.
I need
Yeah,
to go
no, I'm a
back that
shitty
way.
person to be around if I'm not getting regular exercise. Shittier than normal.
Right. I might buy a bike.
Like a mountain bike or
Like a
something.
bicycle? Like a bicycle?
You should have talked to me back in March, dude. I'd sold like my entire collection of old bikes
Really?
because people were just like paying mad money for them.
That
But I
makes
would have just
sense.
given you one.
Damn.
Yeah.
Really good. It's a good
Another one
investment.
bites the dust.
Free. What happened to your
Specialized.
your
It's just kind of a
specialized?
piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm just scared I'm gonna fuck it up. Like, it's just really old technology, and
Yeah.
when I'm on a bike, I like to dick off pretty hard.
Sure.
You know. Sure. Yeah. You get it.
My grandpa gave me
Yeah.
this old mongoose that he bought at Walmart. It was
Sick.
full suspension, and I fucking took it up in the hills when I was romping on it. Came down off this little step down, and fucking the
Folded it.
handlebars just folded out from underneath me.
What?
And I went down pretty hard. I was like, okay, that's the last time I used this bike.
Yeah. Similar things have happened on the Specialized without the eating shit.
Yeah.
Therefore, not very confident in it. Like, even as a form of exercise, because I'm an asshole. I can't trust myself. Like, if there's a
Right.
flight of stairs,
You're going down it or up
dude.
it. Who knows?
whatever. Yeah. I'm gonna have fun with it. Like, not going around.
Right.
Yeah, I was riding it like I was a little kid. Just like any kind of lip, like
Oh,
down by
yeah.
the river walk.
That's how I ride
trying to
bikes.
hit
Yeah. That's exactly how I ride.
They redid my street and put all new sidewalks in and everything. And there's one like the person that made this curb like had to have been a skateboarder or something. But there's like
It's perfect.
a perfect
It's a
curb
launch.
jump. Yeah, it is like they made a ramp like out of a sidewalk, 100%. And I was riding home like from going to the store and like I had my dog on the leash and saw that curb jump and was just like, "You're on your own, dog." Dropped the leash, took a couple cranks, and bruh.
Did it
That
have
was
like a nice landing on the
Yeah,
other
dude,
side?
it's got a
like the
perfect land.
island?
It is
Yeah.
like perfect,
Dude,
It's a
That was the
perfect
coolest
jump.
thing as a kid.
those were
When it
gifts.
was
as a
like-
kid.
Yeah.
The curbs that were like a little tabletop almost
Yeah.
between two houses, and like the concrete would pop up
Yep.
just a little bit. And you would hit it and be like, woo!
So this is better than that. It's like that, like between two houses, the concrete comes up, and then they put a handicap ramp in the middle, so
Oh,
there's like
shit.
a little gap.
That's nice.
It's so sick. Like I'm telling you, the person that made this had to have been a skateboarder or something,
Huh.
because it's like a perfect skate park feature,
Nice.
just like in the sidewalk.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Good for you.
I know.
You have that in your neighborhood.
I feel like the people that like live on either side are gonna get super pissed at some point and make the city take it out though.
Well, it is a very liberal town. That's
Yeah.
the kind of shit we're gonna spend money on.
Totally.
The construction in this town blows my mind
It's
sometimes.
crazy. It's always under construction.
Fucking medians that they don't need to put. Like,
Dude.
you can't turn left here.
They
Dude,
shut
that-
down traffic for
fucking
3
left turn.
months
For that
for
hotel?
a median
Yeah.
or a hotel
Yeah.
or in the busiest part of town.
Dude, so yeah, the pandemic had just kicked off. They're doing that. I just read American Psycho, and I'm like sitting in traffic there, like, dude, I'm gonna fucking shoot somebody with a nail gun into the floor, and then
People are already
cook their hand
murdering
in the
each other for
microwave and
toilet
eat it.
paper.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in a bad spot back then. No, I just don't care as much.
Good.
Just like temper wise,
Yeah.
lose my temper pretty easy.
We all do, I think.
Yeah.
Especially alone in a vehicle.
Yeah,
I'm a real piece of shit, dude. The most obvious thing I can think of to insult you, it's what's coming out.
right.
I've had to watch myself with the kid in the car. Like, I have
Oh, I
way
bet,
less
man.
road rage. I used to, like, chase people down and, like, try to fight them, you know? Like, I
Right.
was so bad about road rage.
Dude, if somebody
I'm
just
just
had a
like, have
recording
fun.
of the shit I said, like when I'm in a car alone, like,
Canceled.
yeah, I would 100% be canceled because just like the worst shit.
People show up
comes
at your door with pitchforks and shit.
Yeah.
Nobody's as poetic as my grandpa with fucking road rage cussing.
Really?
Just beautiful poetry. I can't even.
Yeah, but they say like
Like, you
3
fucking-
things and it's just.
He would say a lot of different things.
Really?
But it was amazing. I can't even think of anything offhand.
It's a next level of anger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, though. As a
Huh.
kid, I was like, that was amazing, Grandpa.
Be a great song.
Oh man.
There was definitely some racism in there a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Oh, I'm the most racist
Anti-Semitism.
against.
It was,
Sure.
it was when I was living with him in Vegas for a summer.
Mm-hmm.
He was extremely racist
Hmm.
about it. It's just a different generation.
My
That's
grandpa
just
wasn't
how
that
they-
racist, but my grandma.
Oh. Was your grandpa racist in the inside, just not openly racist?
I don't think so. I think he was He's pretty chill.
Huh.
Like he fought in WW too, so and got a Purple Heart. So I think like all the piss and vinegar was boiled out at that point.
Right.
Oh.
But yeah, my grandma was
She didn't get it out.
Hateful woman.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's like little sweet old
Yeah.
ladies that just like say racist things, but it's so sweet how they say
Right.
them. Just like, Jesus, grandma.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're so nice, but also very horrible.
They
Yep.
scare me the most, to be honest. Like an unsuspecting racist lady.
Well, they sit
The
at
old
home and
ones.
watch Fox News all the time and just,
Yeah, dude, that's the guy that lives across the street from me. Never comes out of his house, just watches Fox News, and
How do you know he watches Fox News?
because I can hear it.
He's
He's
'Cause
like
he's
his
racist.
hearing's bad, and he's got it turned up all the way.
Oh.
Oh well, that and like all the horrible shit he put up during the Obama re-election, like signs in his yard, like gnarly shit I can't repeat.
Do you ever combat it, like with fun signs?
Not really.
That sounds
That's where
entertaining,
like I
though.
told a
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
Like
I don't care that
inspired by
Obama's
it.
from
I
Kenya.
remember that.
Yeah. But no, I'm just waiting for him to die.
Yeah.
He's pretty old. It'll be soon.
The world will be better when that generation's gone.
Yeah.
I love them all, but
And here we are quarantining for COVID.
Yeah.
Trying to make this place awesome or what?
Dude, so like he was on oxygen because he's like a lifetime smoker.
mm.
And this was a couple years ago, and I was like, fuck yeah, like Bob's finally. His name's Bob.
Where does he live? No, you're fine. I was
2300 block of Columbine Drive. Fuck Bob.
Sounds nice.
I like went to say hi to him when I first moved there and like talked to him, and he was fine. And then like a couple months later went and talked to him, and he's like, oh, you're one of them freeloading people that doesn't have a job. I see your home all the time. I'm like, so I'm an engineer. I work from home. And he's like, freeloader. And like that's been the thing.
All I heard was socialism.
Yeah, no, totally. He's just like ignored everything I said and was like, you're a piece of shit. I'm like, okay, Bob.
It's like he never goes to work, but he's got that dirt bike.
Yeah.
All them bicycles.
Totally. Drives that
Drugs.
drives that F-150 fucking freeloader. I'm like, Bob, if I like had a trust fund, do you think I'd hang out at home all day during the week? Like, no. But yeah. Fuck Bob. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so he was in
What
the
about Bob?
hospital and on oxygen because he was a lifetime smoker, and I thought he was dying then, so I was stoked. And then he like came back, and now he has a nurse that goes by, and COVID hits, and I'm like, fucking Bob was on oxygen. COVID's gonna get Bob, 100%. What are we 9 months in, and Bob is still watching The Price is Right and Fox News on like maximum volume.
You can hear it,
Dude, I
from
can
in
hear
your
it
house.
from in my house,
Across
from
the
in
street?
his house, across
That's pretty
the street,
fucking loud.
year round, like 4 a.m. sometimes.
Just send some paintballs his way.
Tucker Carlson comes on.
I
He's like,
mean-
"Fuck yeah!"
Yeah, totally. I kind of feel bad for him, but like I don't want to be disrespectful to his face, but like when he dies, I'll be happy.
I feel like
I know a few people like that.
Yeah, I don't
We all
want to
have
kill him, but
somebody
like when
like
he
that.
dies, I'll be happy about it. Like Dave.
yeah.
Thanks, Phil.
I don't want Dave to die. I love sober Dave. He's amazing. He's a really nice guy. He's thoughtful.
If only he was around more. You know what I mean? It's always drunk.
If only sober Dave was around more.
Yeah, this very elusive.
Yeah. No, Dave was like super nice when I didn't know him that well.
Uh-huh.
And then like the more I got to know him and like drunk Dave was around more.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, drunk Dave's a bummer.
Drunk Dave is a bummer.
Like sober Dave is so accommodating and nice and like trying to help you out. And then drunk Dave is just like, there's your life. Fuck it. I'm going to crumple it up and shit on it.
Fuck you, pussy.
Yeah. I'm better than you. Like, Dave, you're a fucking crackhead.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're a piece of shit.
Quite literally. Like, how he doesn't just get beat up all the
I
time.
know. Dude, how he used to like insult people in the ranch, like hecklers and stuff, just like talking shit to him, and he never got punched is mind blowing to me.
It's a soft town.
Like where I grew up and like,
I was flabbergasted in Phoenix.
yeah.
Just like, Nobody's
Pagosa,
ever
like,
just continued to talk to me like this.
You would get your fucking face punched for saying some of that shit.
Yeah, Farmington.
You might get stabbed
Yeah.
in Farmington for
Yeah.
saying shit like that all just constantly.
Over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this earlier, but like, there's been several times during this pandemic where I've seen somebody like mouth off to like a service worker or something, and it's like, you didn't grow up around Chicano people where all their cousins would come beat you up if you said shit like that.
Do you even? Yeah.
Like, you can't fucking say that to a waitress.
Well, that's why soft places make bad people.
Yeah.
Like, just
Drives me
because they
nuts
get
sometimes.
away with it over and over, and nobody's ever just like,
Oh, what's
who the fuck do you think you are? Like,
Yeah, some of the stories of people that go into Birds and talk to Coel,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I've seen it firsthand and said something in the middle of the restaurant, and Coel was like, you gotta leave. I was like, no, fuck that guy.
One of my
Like,
buddies said
He doesn't
it
need
best,
to fucking
like,
talk to you like that.
like, society gets shittier when people aren't afraid of getting punched in the mouth. Or, like, that's not the
100%.
exact quote, but it's something like
100%. I
Yeah.
agree. Like, a soft place makes bad people. Yeah. And just,
Old West was probably really, really, really hard, but it was also very polite,
that.
about it.
Polite, yeah.
Like, everybody just had guns on their side.
yeah. Well, and
Yeah, and like, you weren't gonna go to jail for murder if you
Yeah.
shot somebody
It
in
was
the
a
face.
it was a duel.
yeah, I just don't, I don't know. I never want to fuck up somebody's day or any
Yeah.
part of it. Like, I feel like an inconvenience almost when people are doing their job, you know?
Right.
And I'm just like a customer. And I'm just like, thank you so much. Like, whatever I can do. Like, I'm a good tipper if you're badass. Like, because I'm going to want some refills because I
Yeah.
drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
So, breakfast, I leave fat tips on.
Totally.
Like,
I leave
'cause
fat tips on
I'm
everything.
usually hungover, so I drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
if
That's
I'm
why
out.
when I'm pissed off at service, it's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
When I'm
But
like,
like in this town, like, I tip good because I'm coming back here and I want to
100%.
get good service next time.
Yeah, I know most of the people.
Yeah.
But like at the liquor stores and at the fucking, it's mostly liquor stores and gas stations. Let's be honest. But just kidding.
kind of why I want to go to a big city.
Yeah, let's
Call
Dude,
somebody
that
a
would be
cunt
nice.
and
Austin.
not worry about it again.
That would be
I go to the Wendy's on the other side, bitch.
fantastic.
Dude,
I
that
could
or
go to
just,
Wendy's and call them a cunt. I'd never go to Wendy's.
all the horrible shit you could do on Tinder dates because you're never gonna see him again.
Yeah, I could go
Phil
on
is a
Tinder. I could
baby.
go on Tinder dates
Yeah, that's
again.
not a problem you're gonna have.
Come on, never fun.
Yeah, I can't fucking go on
Yeah,
Tinder
you go
dates.
on-
No.
Yeah.
You're not in an open relationship. That's how they all work these days.
No, not anymore, no. It's pretty
Not how mine
exclusive.
works. I can tell you that. My girlfriend's
I was
pretty
even when we
goddamn
were
possessive.
like tried to hook up with other girls. It was like the hunt with
Uh-huh.
my best friend that was exciting to me.
Right.
It wasn't that I was banging another girl. It was like me and my girlfriend are going out to find a chick to bang. And it was so hot to me. It still is. It's a lot harder with the baby though.
Right.
It's not like a puppy.
The baby's a
We
little
took our
off, but-
puppy with
Dude,
us. They were
puppies are
like-
a cock block.
They are now.
This chick I'm seeing got a puppy. That thing is like, I love
Well,
that puppy,
yeah,
but it is
she
such
has
a cock
she has
block.
the puppy. When you have the puppy
You're just like,
and you're
I'll
starting
put it in the oven,
conversation,
it won't make any noise in there.
it's not on.
Just put it in your
not-
neighbor's fucking.
No, I wouldn't turn the oven on. Just
Just
soundproof.
put it in the
box.
neighbor's backyard.
Put it in Bob's yard.
Fucking Bob.
Just Fox News and.
Dude, that's the other thing is Bob
He probably
has a
couldn't hear
cat
it.
and it kills birds in my yard.
What?
Yeah.
You should
that's
shoot the
fucking-
cat.
I fantasize about just like painting my yard with the 12 gauge and that cat. Just like.
I don't think you should shoot a 12 gauge in
spread
your
out.
yard. You live so
They have
close
some
to a school.
really bad. They have some really badass pellet guns at Walmart,
Yeah, it just would
like
be
22
insane.
caliber pellet guns. Yeah, but it'd be really quiet.
No, that's the way to do it.
But
Where
like
you
a
live.
short barrel 12 gauge. Would
Yeah,
be
but you could
really
make it
loud.
fun and like go up on your
You
roof
could
in a.
make- you could
in a
put
ghillie
flowers
suit.
and candles out. And
You know, you get up on the house with like a ghillie suit, and
all I'd have
paint,
to do is
sit up there
open
for
my
a while.
screen door and just like.
but that's not fun. Like I
No,
said, you got to
it's
make
not
it fun.
Okay.
That would be the fun about shooting it. Then you got to clean it up with a 12 gauge. That'd be a lot.
No,
of-
just leave it.
Drew's got a dog.
You just go lick it and then piss on the stain.
It's gonna, eventually go away, but it's gonna be out there for a while.
Yeah, just like Bob.
Just
It's
like
gonna take
Bob.
It's gonna eventually go away.
Yeah.
That's what you thought
Just gotta
years
wait
ago.
It out. Yeah, you just gotta wait it out.
What a boys.
Yeah. I was just saying, What About Bob is a great movie with Bill Murray if you've never seen it.
Ah, fucking Bill Murray's a
It's
national
really
treasure.
old, but
Fucking
it's so
gem.
great.
I need to watch some Bill Murray. Maybe that's what I'll do now. Well, I'm
What about Bob? That's
trimming.
a good
Yeah.
one.
Need some Bill Murray in my life because I'm sick of everything I've been thinking of.
I think if I could pick one celebrity to hang out with for a day, it would be Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Fucking love Bill Murray.
From all accounts, Chappelle seems awesome.
Yeah.
Woody
You know what I mean?
Harrelson would be cool, I think.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson. I think
might
Bill
get a little
Murray
preachy
would
on
be
you. I don't know.
sicker. Yeah, I think Woody'd get preachy on you. I think Dave would too.
Maybe,
Like you,
but I think it'd be
you
funny at
cracker,
some
and
points.
I'd be like, I know.
Like, look at you in your cardigan.
And then I just feel bad the whole rest of the time.
Yeah. I like Joe Rogan. I don't know. I think Bert Kreischer would be awesome to hang out with.
Fuck yeah.
Tom Segura.
Tom Segura would be good.
If you're with Kreischer, you know you're
Who's
getting
the-
fucked up.
The
Like
redhead, fucking
Santino,
no,
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd fly
that's
helicopters
who I'd
with
guess
him.
for you.
Yeah.
It would be
You're
cool to
Bill
go
Burr
to
for sure.
Yeah.
Bisbee for like a
Oh,
guys'
Doug
weekend.
Stanhope.
You go hang out with Doug Stanhope.
Stanhope.
Stanhope. I've had
You could go
one
have a
I
Halloween
feel
funny
like
beer.
Doug Stanhope and Drunk Dave are like pretty similar personalities.
Yeah, but I think Stanhope.
He might get stabbed in
I
Bisbee.
think he's gonna be more creative with his words.
Yeah.
He's not gonna say the same thing over and over. He might call you a piece of shit in a bunch of different ways, but it'll be entertaining.
Right.
He's a creative.
Dave's got some time to get that way.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I hope all the best for Dave.
I hope he dies soon. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't mean to say that. I like his wife very much, and I want her to.
I like Kat. She's wonderful. I don't know why.
To be fair, drunk cat just as annoying as
Yeah.
drunk Dave.
Oh, dude, that one mic at Starlight when Drunk Cat.
I drove
was
her
there.
home.
Oh, that sucked.
But that was the first time she's ever been self-aware where she was like, I'm just going to be quiet because I know I'm fucked up. But there's been times in the past where she was like sitting in the middle and just like talking into my ear. Like
Dude.
after I bombed at
Wherever.
fucking laugh therapy,
Yeah.
I'm just like not in the mood. And
We were sitting in that booth at Starlight, and I was just trying to like move as far away from Drunk Cat as I
why I left.
possibly could. Yeah, you left. And then I was like, Max, you have to sit over there. And he's like, what? I'm like, Max, fucking sit next to Cat.
yeah, you're the bitch of the group.
Yeah,
Go sit
and
next
he
to
did.
Kat.
That's exactly what happened.
He was intimidated by your obvious alpha
By
energy.
the fact that I'm an adult and he's a child.
Okay.
He's so cute though.
I know, I love him.
He's cuter than most puppies. All right.
He is a puppy.
So you guys got any closing statements for the people?
Yeah, I got a
don't think so.
show in 2022, maybe if this shit goes away. I don't fucking know.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
far
on
away.
that.
Probably not.
I'm on that actually. It's gonna be in Austin after we talk Drew into
Okay,
renting out his house and moving to Austin.
I'll live there part time.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Are you just gonna be the king of comedy forever in Durango? Is that your plan?
No, I mean I'm not really trying.
He's gonna be
to,
a software engineer.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like go anywhere with comedy. I just
Oh.
really like doing it.
Sweet.
Yeah,
That's even cooler.
I just if I
Doing
could
it as a hobby.
if I could find a way to make money, that would be fantastic.
how
Because
much money? Like
30 grand
30 grand
a year. Yep.
Hmm.
If I could make as much,
I just the travel would get me.
yeah,
I don't really want to travel for work. I've done that. It sucks.
that's real.
I would.
Yeah, but
I like
traveling for work for like software shit's different than like traveling to like a comedy club and making friends.
I mean, I've had
people
great,
liking you and get fucked up
I've had a great time traveling.
just
as
wanna
a
party
software engineer.
with
I've
the
had
country.
A horrible time traveling as a helicopter pilot.
You were a helicopter pilot?
Yeah.
I knew this actually.
Actually, we have talked
you guys
about
knew
this.
this.
Oh, I just remember talking to him about it outside of Joey Diaz.
I totally forgot.
You remember more than I do.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't fucking hammered by that point.
Yeah, off of 2 drinks. Thanks, Tina.
For real. Yeah, you were way more drunk at that point than I was. And
Uh-huh.
I had helped you a little bit with those whiskeys.
I think we all did. I think
Yeah.
we passed it around.
That second one we did
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I'd rather have a dog and go to bed in the same place every night than get fucked up with the country, Brian.
Just like one time around. Sounds fantastic.
I would love to have a room full of people that adore me, though, and just want to tell me how great I am. That's my favorite part about comedy.
Yeah. It's great.
It is.
All right. Well, if I got anything from this podcast, it's that Drew was a helicopter pilot.
There you go.
Didn't
For
Well,
how many years?
Like
Seems
4
like
or
a
5.
big commitment.
Yeah.
To just stop.
Well, the recession of 2008 helped a lot.
I forgot you're old.
Yeah.
just a little bit older, but those life experiences were
Dude,
real.
a lot.
We were
happened
graduating
5
in
years.
2008.
I was
Really?
just
That's when you graduated?
stoked
Uh-huh.
about getting acid.
Yeah, I
and-
graduated in 04, so.
I just started smoking weed again. And yeah, I was just trying to get my dick wet. That's all
Me
I
and
thought
Brian
about.
reconnected again.
Yeah.
We got a house together.
And
It's
all my
like-
parents' dreams.
I still think your dad blames me for that.
Probably.
He
But
was
I was a
sm-
real fuck up, let's be honest.
He
If it
didn't talk
wasn't
to
you,
me.
it was
Yeah.
going to be any other person.
I didn't. There wasn't a lot of convincing. It was like, I think we should sell mushrooms and weed. And you're like, okay, let's do it.
You know what? Sounds good.
And then Brian goes to jail and feels like, that was a good idea.
It could have been me. It could have
Yeah.
totally been me.
I fucked up.
Oh, there's
I see that now.
so many stories I have where it's like I was that far away from like some life.
It was probably
fucking
good.
horrible
Honestly,
thing.
it was probably good that it went the way it did, because we could have been in so
In
much more
deeper.
trouble. Like
Yeah.
it could have been really bad, because we were about to fry Farmington.
With the
we were-
basement of mushrooms.
It could have been
mushrooms
an
and-
improvement. Could
and
have
we
been
just
good for
w-
Farmington.
That was our thoughts.
I brought back a ton of acid from Denver because it
Uh.
was really good, and I was like, yes, we're gonna sell this to people and make money. Then I got back from Denver and Brian got arrested. I was like,
The
I'm
moral of
gonna
the story
get
is,
rid of
kids, don't sell psychedelics. And to those fucking brave people that do, I salute you,
for real.
because you're the only reason we have psychedelics.
The chemists that go through all that training to
I wasn't good
make
enough.
psychedelics.
And let's decriminalize that shit so people don't go to jail for
I think it's a
fucking
good idea.
stupid shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as you're not hurting people, as long as you're not hurting other people, why does it matter? That
Shouldn't
you're-
cost you 11 grand in your freedom.
No, it's dumb.
That's for
No.
sure.
And we're wasting taxpayer money on it.
Yeah.
And my money.
Because people are obviously the
Gonna do
drugs
it
have
anyway.
won the drug war. They've been
Yeah.
winning the drug war since the beginning. It's not fucking working, and we're just making it worse.
I feel like we're preaching to the choir here.
Life
Yeah,
is
I know.
tough. Drugs are
Phil,
awesome.
what do you got to promote? Your
Nothing.
dad, nothing.
Yeah, buy Bitcoin or don't. I don't care. I'm doing it.
Brian, anything going on with you?
I'm going to buy Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait for a little bit. I'll tell you when.
Okay. Phil's
right
going
now,
to tell me.
it's kind of bubbling right now.
Be my financial manager, Phil.
I mean, if you're in the long term, for a long time, it's probably an okay time to buy right now. But
Be my financial.
you're gonna be sad here soon
Heard that.
when it pops a little bit.
Hmm.
Because
Good
it's
to
been
know.
going parabolic.
Phil's going to handle all my money. Shout out to the Whiskey Reel, and shout out to Ethan Esparza and the Chava people for the intro outro music. The song is called Wake Up. Thank you guys for
That's
coming. This was so much better than
Invite
doing
me
it with Dave.
more. I'm able to.
I'm
do
going to
it more.
invite you
Yeah.
every podcast.
That's fun.
You're going to get annoyed.
I'm
yeah.
excited.
You too, because
Sweet.
I don't trust being around a lot of people. So this might be the crew for a minute, because
Fuck yeah.
it's a shit show. We just
make it fun.
passed 1,200 cases or whatever in La Plata County.
A lot.
Yeah, so it's fucking crazy.
Be safe out there, y'all.
Yeah, be safe, wear a mask, don't be a bitch about it.
Seriously, don't be a fucking bitch. We're not taking your freedom. This will all go away at some point.
Yeah, fuck top that. Anything else, guys?
Fucking love frozen
They found
yogurt.
out it was two chicks, two underage
Oh yeah,
girls.
dude, that was so funny.
that
It was
broke the
just
window.
teenagers.
They had
Yeah.
video of them sharing a Smirnoff Ice and then breaking a window at a frozen yogurt shop with the bottle.
And that was my first thought. Like when the first thing said Smirnoff Ice, it was like, well, it wasn't anybody that mattered.
That was
I'll tell you
definitely
much.
teenage girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Or
they couldn't
teenage
disclose
gay-
it because they're underage.
gay
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah.
but yeah, they might be pressing charges probably because they're they could use the cash.
Yeah.
There's only so many rednecks that eat fucking frozen
they
yogurt, so
They should move, probably.
I think it's probably coming.
They've kind of
Yeah.
overstayed their welcome.
Yeah, the whiskey reel really.
It's fine to have your viewpoint. Just don't be a fucking cunt about it, people.
Yeah,
Yeah, whenever that last video came out. Sorry, I'm extending the podcast
Yeah.
again. But when that last
Let's
video came out
freestyle.
and he was saying, faggot and fuck Black Lives Matter and like,
yeah. If
It's
you want to
not
see it, check out our boys at the whiskey reel on Instagram. The
Yeah.
video's there. It is obviously him, and you can hear the audio just fine. He is a very not nice person.
Yeah.
That's all I
and
got.
like if there's anything to take away, it's like people can have opposing viewpoints to you, but that doesn't make them less than human. So just like find the things you connect on, forget the rest. Except Drunk
both
Dave,
sides.
fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck Drunk Dave. Love you guys.
Peace.
It's been good.
Later.
Everything with cream cheese, orange juice, break fast. I'm out the door to get the dough, speaking to the masses. Hit the road to do a show, microphone madness. Trip easy, cheap sunglasses, straight passion. My third eye active, watching backpacks lead the show, beeping that shit vocally. Hearing me locally, lyrically, know what I'm supposed to be, and I don't got no fear of it. I'm coming for your brain, homie, coming at you spiritually. Stepped into the game, and I knew that flow was slippery, but check my flow though. Turn the whack news to history. Let them do their thing, instead I put them out their misery. And simply put, just got disconnected. Like my boy Big Money, man, this can't be neglected. Grab the mic and check it, coming up in your direction. Gift that I've been blessed with, this hustle is respected and reckless. Poetic mind on the set list, got the groove to match. Everybody step with it, still haven't fulfilled a whole vision yet. Life right now still so picturesque. I'm rocking every stage until I get a bigger check. Even though I hate money, ready for a bigger step. Pull the trigger next. Somebody coming at your neck. I could've died today. That's why I'm smoking cigarettes and got precision set of skills. And imagination, creations, innovating with motivation. I'm chasing my goals. Giants that I be racing. I'ma stride through the finish like a 6'5" Jamaican. Beating my chest like, yeah, what my name is. Ink on my chest, what? My homie spray painting. Summer day smoke, skate, PlayStation. He looking down on me and I can't stay patient. I ain't just trying to say shit. Sit back and face this. Real type, I've been smoking instrumental playlist. Chill in the cut. Now these small places, I ain't getting love now, man. Fuck being famous, yeah, they tell me. It's really hard to make it. They don't understand I love being underestimated. Second guess it and I'll take it that you're undereducated. Anyway, this got me thinking about them old records playing. Why? It's filled with soul and it fills my mind. Tail feather shaking while the rhythm takes flight. What I'm doing wrong, I ain't gonna fake right. I don't get no sleep because the music takes night. Nocturnal life with my basement lights. Just roll some nice, keep my drink on ice. If you don't get it once and you don't hear it twice, moving on this beat right here is out of sight. I'ma stay away.